And we are live. What's good, y'all? It's your man DL Saint. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I really want to know podcast. Y'all know what it is. Um, Happy Thursday, y'all. It's Thursday, right? It's almost Friday. We're almost there. We're almost there. Hang in there one more day. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. Looking forward to it. We got brother Dino in the house already. What's good, fam? Good to see you. Good to see you. And Brother Dino's like, yeah, Brother DL Doom Part 2 trailer was released yesterday. Go check it out. I will check it out. I am looking forward to seeing that sequel, Doom 2. I am looking forward to seeing that. Brother Dino, it's more action and war if that's your thing. Uh Depends on what I'm watching. Doom's already set the stage. They set the tone for this particular movie. So I was cool with the dialogue. More of a British pace to it. The way they do their films over there, I was cool with that. But if they want to step up the action and all that, I'm not gonna be mad. They had some pretty good action sequences already when they were doing the flashback or the flash forward scenes. You know what I'm talking about? So you already got to see that, the big battle scenes and all that kind of stuff. You got a glimpse of that. And when they had that big that attack sequence in Dune. So you got to actually see, the tech and the shields and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, man, it's cool. Like it's cool. You know, I man, look, I like sci-fi. I like period pieces. Although this is like a sci-fi thing, but I kind of look at it as a period piece, especially with the way that the actors are getting down. I'm cool with the costumes. I'm cool with the accents, the whole nine. I'm cool with all of it. I'm looking forward to seeing it. It was refreshing to watch. Part one. You know what I mean? It was refreshing to watch. And I remember doing as a kid, I couldn't really wrap my head around it. Maybe I was too young or whatever. Um, but this one, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I'm looking forward to part two. So yeah, man, we're gonna have to talk about Sister Ebony K. Williams. I saw the I wouldn't date a bus driver video the day it drops. I mean, it had like 200 views at the time that I saw it, right? I mean, I just happened to catch it instantly. I didn't say anything. I thought about it. I wanted to do it. And just full disclosure, I have people who are close to me that are close to her. So I wanted to be very careful the way I move because there are other folks involved who we just cool. I don't want any rifts. I'm not trying, I don't want no smoke, especially over something like this, because I agree with what you're saying. I mean, you don't want to date a bus driver. Don't date a bus driver. I don't want to date a chicken head. You can't make me. You know what I mean? I ain't dating chicken heads. Done that. Been there, done that. I ain't doing it no more. So I get it. And I was just gonna let it ride, and I did the short. And then I saw her response, like, all right, gotta talk about this. Gotta talk about this. And there's a real good chance I will actually meet her in real life next month. Some stuff going on that I'm supposed to be present for. And I'm pretty sure she's going to be present as well. Again, we've never met in person, we've never spoken or anything like that. But my people are good people. I trust them. They say she's cool folks. So I look forward to meeting her. But I had to say something. Like, all right, we're gonna have to do this show. I definitely got about it. We got Brother Nightish in the house. What's good, fam? Appreciate you coming through, man. He's like, my faves are westerns and old school. Yeah, bro. I like westerns. I like good westerns. Big fan of Unforgiven. I really did enjoy that Denzel version of the Magnificent Seven. I thought that was the original. I thought was best, but this rendition of the Magnificent Seven was good. I thought the casting was great. I like the way the characters, kind of worked. Um, but the original, to me, just can't be touched when it comes to westerns. I love all the spaghetti westerns that Clint Eastwood did. The good, the bad, the ugly. Hang on my eye, a few dollars more, fistful of dollars. I was the man with no name series, man. Dude, that was it. That's fire. I love that. And there was a ton of other westerns that I thought were pretty cool. The one about Liberty Valance, I forget the complete title of that. The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, I think is the name of it. Even like Old Yeller was technically a western. It wasn't a shoot 'em up western, but it was a western. And then I would say my favorite western would be Jeremiah Johnson. I thought that was real cool the way that worked out. It was pretty, I thought that was real cool. So, but yeah, man, I like old school. I like westerns. I'm a big fan of period pieces, bro. I am. You know what I mean? Victorian times, old West times, stuff like shoot, what was Kevin Costner's one when he went out when he was I don't know. I can't believe that's like one of his biggest movie. Probably Dances with Wolves. There it is. Dances with Wolves. I thought it was a great western. I love samurai flicks. And I like old school kung fu movies and some of the newer ones. So yeah, man, I'm all over the place with it, man. I just love a good movie. If you can tell a good story, I don't care where you're telling the story, what the story's about. If it's a good story, I'm about it, man. And Brother Knight is saying, I understand. Get the best deal you can. Get Ebony. Yeah, he said get Ebony. Yeah, man. I mean, hey, bro, it is what it is, man. Like, and again, when you're out there, if you're out there, and we're gonna talk about this on this stream, but if you're out there, if you're a guy who's out there, you're confident, you cool with who you are, you know who you are, you know yourself. When you're out there, you will be aware of your chances with whatever woman you're dealing with. And like I say, you can't smash them all. I'll go talk to everyone, but I'm really looking for a good conversation. I'm not even thinking about the sex because once you get to a certain point, you know what it is when it comes to that. You know what I mean? You know what it is when it comes to the Foxy Brown. You don't have to chase. And certain dudes just don't chase. They don't have to. Certain dudes do. They're good at it. And then other dudes just stay thirsty. So it is what it is. I'm looking forward to meeting her. I definitely will meet her at some point. It'll probably happen this year. And Brother Nice, I liked it as well. Yuma 310 and Yuma was good. The Wild Bunch. Hunted with Charles Bronson. I don't remember Hunted. But the 310 Yuma was brutal. That was good western. The Wild Bunch. I think it's the first time they used squibs in that movie when you actually got to see bullets going into people and like splatter everywhere. I want to say that's the first time Hollywood ever did that in the Wild Bunch. Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. I thought that was a good western. Another Kevin Costner movie, Wide Earp, a really good western, true to the way they got down. I love those movies to try to keep it historically accurate. If they're going to talk about someone from history, I love that. Reminds me of a really good YouTube channel, History Buffs. I don't know if you guys have ever watched that. History Buffs on YouTube. They break down movies and they just kind of talk about the historic accuracy of these different films. Yeah, and it's great. It's great. But like I just love good stories, man. Good movies. One of my favorite movies, like as you can see behind me, Snatch. Definitely one of my all-time favorite movies in all those Guy Ritchie gangster films. But also the 13th Warrior and Antonio Banderas, 13th Warrior. Just an amazing story. I was just, enthralled, the way that they filmed that, some of the sequences they had in there, getting you into that life. So that's what I'm about, bro. Brother Dino's like the Hateful Eight. The Hateful Eight, when you get into Tarantino stuff, it is what it is. The Hateful Eight, Reservoir Dogs, what was the other one he did with Bruce Willis when Ving Rhames got, he got bent over, Pulp Fiction. When you get into Tarantino, man, you get some crazy stuff. But Kill Bill, I'm a big fan of Kill Bill. The first Kill Bill I thought was excellent. The second one, that was supposed to be one movie. Kill Bill was supposed to be one really long movie, so they cut it up into two. It is what it is. We got Brother Scam Likely in the house, man. Dusto's in the joint. It's like dust. I see you, fam. But yeah, so I want to get into this. So we're gonna start this thing off with Sister Ebony K. Williams. And before I do, just because I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna have to do a show about movies. Just do like an open mic where we just talk about movies, y'all. I want to do that. Westerns, dramas, you name it, mysteries, horror. Not a big horror fan, but Anthony Hopkins has a movie coming out. It's a horror film, but it's about possessions and dealing with demons, kind of like an Exorcist kind of thing. It looks really good. You know what? We're gonna have to do that, man. Just talk about movies that we love, that we loved in the past, movies that we hated, TV shows, and then movies that are coming out. I'm gonna see if I can if anyone's in the chat could go and see what that movie is, what the name of that movie is. He's like the top priest of exorcisms and stuff like that. He only answers to the Pope, and he's going up against this demon. And man, the trailer looks good. Is it Russell Crowe? Is it Russell Crowe? It might be Russell Crowe. I thought it was Anthony Hopkins. I only saw the trailer once. I was half asleep when I was watching it. So yeah, brother Dino, it might have been Russell Crowe. I thought it was Anthony Hopkins, but it might have been Russell Crowe. And he's playing this. It hasn't released yet. It's supposed to come out this summer. So yeah, if y'all can find that, let me know. And if you don't find it by the end of the stream, I'll find it. We're gonna have that show, bro. I know Saturday we already have we did a news roundup on Saturday, but maybe we'll throw an extra show in there sometime this week and we'll just talk about the movies, what's coming out, maybe upcoming movies, and then we'll talk about some other stuff as well. I know that Ahsoka's coming out on Disney Plus. You know, I was a big fan of Star Wars stuff, but they messed up The Mandalorian, they messed up all the stuff. I didn't get to finish watching the Bad Batch. I was really into that. That was a really good storyline. You know, I'm cool with animation too. If it's a good story. I didn't watch the final season of that, and then Ahsoka. It looks like Ahsoka's coming out. I don't know, man. They might have messed that up too. The Pope's Exorcist. That's it, brother Dino. And that's Russell Crowe in that, bro. The Pope's Exorcist. There it is, right there. I want to definitely check that out. I got to talk to YouTube and ask them, am I allowed to play trailers? If I'm allowed to play trailers, that'll be a great show. I'm gonna have to send them a message and say, hey, because I see other people who do it. So I don't know. I'm not quite up on the rules. I'm gonna hit up the YouTube folks and hopefully they'll answer me and we'll get to the bottom of it. But the Pope's Exorcist, that movie looks good. And I'm not a horror guy, but that one looks good. I saw the Exorcism of Emily Rose. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was, an old one. I mean, not old, but it's like, some years old, 6, 7 years old, maybe. I thought that was pretty good too. So yeah, we're gonna look into that. We're gonna do a show, man. We're gonna just rock out and talk about, geek out on just movies in general. I think that'll be a fun show. Let's see. Like the video, guys. I'm supposed to tell y'all that. Like the video, you know what I mean? And share and all that good stuff, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking out with me. And yeah, let's get into the show, man. And look, and brother Dino, like, it looks horrible. It does not look terrible, bro. It does not. It looks pretty interesting, man. It looks pretty interesting, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I saw that right away, and the first thing that popped into my mind was Constantine. Like, oh, this kind of looks like a little bit. It just reminded me of Constantine with the subject matter, not the way it's gonna flow. Constantine had all that action and stuff in it. I'm surprised they never did a part 2 to that, by the way. So we're gonna have to do that, and it does not look terrible. I think it looks. I'm gonna check it out. The Pope's Exorcist. I'm gonna check that out. It's probably terrible. The trailers they put the best parts of the movie in the trailer, and then you go and it's like, oh man, this is horrible. But I'm gonna check it out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll probably watch it here at home. I don't go to movies. I don't go to theaters often anymore. I can't get comfortable. I always have my weapons on me, and it's like waiting for somebody to bust in there and do something stupid. Rather just stay home and watch movies. So, all right. Enough is enough. Let's get into what we came to talk about, man. Let's talk about Sister Eboni. I think that Sister Eboni is taking a lot of heat. I think it's uncalled for. That's just my personal opinion. You mad at a woman because of her preference, just like they get mad at men because of their preferences. Yeah, we're in the upside down, y'all. I mean, they came at her hard too, bro. They came at her hard. So, yeah, it is what it is. And I don't have to feel bad for her because she's a tough woman. She's a tough woman. She is definitely alpha. Definitely alpha. So, yeah, let's get into it. Let's bring up the screen. We're gonna start here. This was her clapback to all of the backlash and everything that was going on to her video about not wanting to date a bus driver. And I kind of skipped forward to a part where she's explaining what she meant when she said that. I ain't gonna lie to you, a lot of cap here. You got to take it. You got to take her at her word. This is what she said she meant, but it seems like a whole lot of spin to me. I wouldn't have came out and said any of this if I were her. I just wouldn't be like, I said it. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. But we're going to get into this. Brother Dino Russell getting divorced, sadly, after 20-something years. He is doing films for the money only. That being the case, yeah, it's going to be horrible. I thought it was Sir Anthony Hopkins because I was like, even if it's a bad script, Anthony Hopkins is going to bring it to life. Russell Crowe, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. So, all right, let's talk about. Let's get into this. This clip is Eboni K. Williams explaining what she meant about this. I wouldn't date a bus driver unless he owns the bus comment. So let's check this out. Let me get my bad, y'all. I'm not producing good over here. I'm messing up. Here we go.
She asked me a personal question. And y'all know I have been extremely transparent about the fact that my life choices and my chosen lifestyle are far outside of the norm. So when I said that I would date the bus owner, a lot of y'all heard something different. Some of you heard the following: bus drivers are whack. Bus drivers are broke. Oh, and I'm too good for her. The only thing is, y'all made that part up. See, I said what I said. But then some of y'all started talking about salaries and hourly wages, pensions and benefits. And that's wild because I was never talking about money at all.
And that's the part I got to call cap on. Hey, if that's what she said she meant, so be it. But that's not what I took away from that conversation that she had on that clip. She was basically saying, I'm not gonna date a bus driver. And to me, a bus driver could be, synonymous with the person serving your coffee at Starbucks, a janitor, guy working at an oil change place, a mechanic, just basically blue collar, average guy. That's what I took away from it. Now, a lot of other people seem to have come to the same conclusion. And like Eboni said, hey, y'all came to that conclusion on your own. That's not what I meant. I'm sitting here. I don't know. I was listening. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what you meant. But again, I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't see anything at all wrong with that. Like I said, you won't get me to talk to a chicken head. There's no way I'm going to mess with certain types of women. There's no way. There's no way I'm going to socialize or with certain types of men. And there's nothing wrong with that. But let's continue.
I was talking about Black ownership, but some of y'all made it about money. I'm talking about ownership, Black enterprise, and entrepreneurship, because really I am talking about Black liberation. And if you read my book, you'll understand why. So I'm standing 10 toes down on that position, and I don't really care if you're hurt or offended by it. And since some of y'all are already big mad, let me go ahead and make you incensed. So out of the 50,000 plus comments posted on social, I only saw a handful that even considered the possibility of a bus owner being a more aspirational position and recognizing that I am actually speaking and pouring into the ascension of Black men when I said what I said. But see, no, some of y'all were too busy naming and shaming me personally and Black women in general as undesirable, gold diggers, and much worse.
Now I get that, and again, it you push the wrong buttons, you're gonna get a certain reaction, and you're gonna get, I haven't seen any of those comments. She said she had over 50,000 comments, and I can only imagine the type of stuff that people were saying, and it is. I was talking to Shushu last night. We were on Unapologetic with Mandrill and Shushu. I was a guest co-host. I was sitting in for Mandrill, who's really busy putting together some businesses he's working on. And Shushu was saying that, we have this gender war, and how do we mend it? How do we bridge the gap on this gender war? Whenever someone, either a man who is a top tier guy or a woman who is hardworking and got her stuff together, she says something like, I wouldn't date a bus driver. People go all the way in. And, we're going to get into that more. But she should understand and accept that that's what's going to happen. I don't understand how she missed this, especially being a trained lawyer. I don't understand how she missed this. Like, okay, even if you said it too fast and you couldn't bring it back, I don't understand. It's like, all right, I said it. Let me get, you know what I mean? Let me get ready for this pushback. Because she seems to be taken back by, these people coming at her like that. And I don't know why.
I suspect that some of y'all are the same men that were bringing home C's and D's on your report cards, only to then be coddled by parents that said, well, that's okay, as long as you're doing your best. Well, listen, I love and believe in the excellence of Black men. So no, my dear, C's and D's or any other form of mediocrity is not okay. No, I will not create a soft place for you or anybody that I love to fall comfortably into the bigotry of low expectations. So I'm going to say one more time, there's absolutely nothing wrong with driving a bus. My mother Gloria drove one for years. But could it be that Black America has been sold a narrative of average, regular, and typical being good enough for us? Well, see, that's called white supremacy.
And right here is where I absolutely disagree. Why is it turns to race? We're talking about relationships. We're talking about preference. We're talking about choice. We're talking about what's available and what you like and what you've experienced. How is this goes back to the white man? This is what we need Brother Dusto to come in here and drop some dust tornadoes. This is the one part. And if I do meet her, I'll definitely sit down and ask her to explain it to me. And I'm pretty sure she'll have a very, very long and drawn out and well thought out explanation. I don't think this has anything to do with race. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. I mean, women are out earning men in like 22 cities, 22 of the top cities in America. Women are graduating from college in higher numbers than men. Women are making their own money and doing all that. We know this. All women, not just Black women. And the fact that the average American only makes like between $50,000 and $60,000 a year. That's the average American. That doesn't mean that, Black men are somehow worse. I mean, that those numbers are the numbers. Most people are average. The higher you go up that ladder, the less people there are. I mean, it is what it is. Making big money is difficult. Finding these, six figures. A lot of people like, oh, six figures is this big thing. It's big until you get there. And you realize like, oh, six figures isn't as much as I thought it was, because things do cost and purchasing power is going down. But none of that has to do with race, especially in this instance when you're talking about I'm not going to date a bus driver. So that's the one. Hey, sis, this is the one part I got to push back on. I don't understand how any of this has to do with race. How is it the white man's fault that Black people, aren't dating? There's a gender war. And, how is that, the white man's fault? That part I don't understand.
And in this case, it takes the form of conditioning Black Americans to happily accept being a permanent American underclass. But see, because I know the truth about Black folk in America, no, average is not and will never be good enough for me. And the gag is, I don't think it's good enough for you either.
So, yeah, that part right there, I get where she's coming from. I just don't understand the racial component. I just don't understand the racial component. Why? How'd that get, how'd that happen? Wonderful 34 was good. Welcome, bro. Good to see you. The racial part I don't understand. So there's some other videos out there, and we're gonna watch some more videos, and we can kind of understand where Sista Eboni is coming from. And I said this in the short that I did. Like, this is a woman who came from nothing. She has pulled herself out of the bottom, climbed the ladder, managed to get through school. Like, you had to go to undergrad, and you had to go to law school. She had, take the bar, pass it, get hired. She did all that stuff. And then she got into media. Those are two very difficult fields to get into and to excel in. And yes, I understand, as a woman, as a Black woman, that's going to be even harder. I get that point, and I accept that part. Yes. Now you're dealing with racism on different levels. You got people who are afraid of you, and the easiest way maybe to tear you down or to hold you back is to, use your color against you and stuff like that. All right, cool. We can make that argument. I'm not going to push back that hard. I know I've dealt with it. Everyone's dealt with it some way, shape, or form in America. It is what it is. But she's not a quitter, and she pushes forward. And she keeps saying, I'm not going to accept being average. Yeah, because she hasn't led an average life. She's done a lot. Like, she's done a lot. And she's paid. She's paid. And the problem is that it has nothing to do with men being average or men not wanting to do more. You don't know where these guys, some guys come from absolutely nothing. They get themselves a job as a bus driver, or, get into some, lower end management, supervisor jobs in retail or something like that. And they go from living in the projects to making enough money to get themselves out into a decent little suburban kind of situation. You know what I mean? Get themselves a house, put some savings away, even without going to college, no debt. Those guys are good making $60,000 a year, $65,000, $70,000 a year. They good. Their life is way better than their parents. When you look at generationally speaking, the African American community is currently the only community where their children are doing better than their parents. That's not happening with white folks. That's not happening with Latinos mostly. That's not happening with, some other American cohorts. It's happening with us. So we're on track for my daughter to do better than I did, and I did way better than my parents, and they did better than their parents. So we're still moving forward, maybe slowly, but we're moving in the right direction as a community. For those who think, we're a community. Advicenarian, what's good, fam? How you feeling? Thank you. Win, DL. So, you can't go and blame racism for everything. And we're talking about dating. We're talking about, a social dynamic that affects everyone. We're talking about the sexual marketplace, and we're talking about women who are out earning men. So women are finding men sexually unattractive. And that's where we are. So I want to show a video, and this is from the Medium Man. It was easier just to grab it from his stream. Shout out to him. I don't know if you guys have checked him out, but it's a dude out there who basically talks about game. He talks about game and how to rock it. And I found him through Melanie King. She's a big fan of his brother. So in this video, this appears to be like a local news correspondence or whatever, and they're talking about financially unattractive men. So, and this is what we're talking about, and I believe, in this conversation with the bus driver versus Ebony, or women who's successful. And it's not about racism. And you're going to notice there's 4 people involved in this conversation: 2 men, 2 women, and 2 black, 2 white. So let's check this out.
Men dating down, which means
Dating
a man
down.
who.
Oh,
Dating
man,
All right,
really?
all right. Listen, it was in the prompt, right?
Really? Who wrote that?
I mean, who I say all that?
Jeez.
Disgruntled.
Dating
This is
down.
just the reality of it. So women, we're more educated now, and I think that we're furthering our education. So with that being said, we're going to hold off on the baby making. We're going to hold off until we get that great job, really career driven.
Mhm.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with hoping that there's someone either on your level or higher than you.
So right there, I don't think there's anything wrong with hoping there's someone on your level or higher than you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with hoping that. But if you run the numbers, as a woman, as a successful woman, if you climb that ladder and you're making well into 6 figures, if you run the numbers, there simply aren't enough of those men to go around. Shout out to Fresh and Fit. They talk about this Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every week. They talk about this on the late shows. There simply aren't enough of those men to go around. So the sister on here who was talking, I think she's very attractive. I don't know where this is. I'm assuming this is somewhere, probably, I don't know, maybe somewhere in the Midwest. I don't know what this local affiliate is. That woman is very attractive. And she's saying, well, why can't we want to have a man who makes what we're making or more? The reason is mathematics. It's more of you women out there who want that man than those men out there who want those women. In other words, every woman, no matter how poor or rich she is, no matter how beautiful or ugly she is, how slim or fat she is, they all want and believe they deserve a top tier guy. Every woman. Every woman. So the top tier guys are just sitting back there and he's running through the clan because he has nothing but options. That's all he has. Nothing but options. So let's continue.
Okay.
Go ahead,
All right.
doctor.
All right. So before, right, it was okay when the man made more money to be the one to buy everything, to do, treat you and all this other kind of stuff. And now that you make more money, you can't be that one, right? You can't be the one to pay for the meal and because you're dating down.
Down. I hate that. Yeah.
What is that about? It wasn't called dating down,
Right.
Yeah.
when men were the breadwinners and all that.
It's called taking care
Now
of
it's
your family.
dating down.
Yeah.
What is that?
That brother has a point. It wasn't called dating down when dudes were out there getting the money and courting women and taking them out and paying for everything and doing this, that, and the third. It wasn't dating down then. It's dating down now. So this really sparked into a pretty good debate on this set. And I wish there was a video out there with the recordings of the producers talking to and into everyone's ear. I wish we could hear what the producers are saying to the on-air talent as this is unfolding. Ms. Glober, I see you. I'm gonna highlight your text in a minute because I'm gonna want to talk about it. So I'm gonna continue with. Let's continue watching this.
I have a feeling though that some of the issue here is that it may be the psyche of the men that when they make less, they are insecure and it can
This
affect their
report is about the
relationship.
women complaining about the fact that,
they don't
now
have-
I got to get
So
a
yeah,
guy
I
that
guess
has
my
less
question would
money
be:
than me.
so are these women expecting the men to cover everything? They want those breadwinners, so they.
That's what it sounds like to me by this particular study. I have to date down now. What is that? You wanted to make more money, you make more money. What's the if there is a responsibility with making more money? First of all, I don't believe in any of it. But if there's a responsibility that comes with making more money, accept it. You wanted to make more money.
Right.
Are you going to find many men out there that makes as much as you do?
And my point is, so now you're going to, because we hear so much about women that are like, oh, there's nobody out there. There's no one out there. I can't find love. I'm getting too old. Now you're going to sacrifice the fact that you could find that love because the man's not making that much money.
That's your problem.
And there you go. That's the end of it. That's the end of that. Shout out to the media man. Those two brothers on that set talking to those two young women had really good points. And the ladies were just shocked. Faced with logic. Like, whoa, these guys are right. If you're out there, ladies, if you've made it, you've done it, you're independent, you're the boss babe, you're making $200,000 a year. Well, money shouldn't be a thing because it's not a thing for the dude making $200,000 a year because he won't have a problem whatsoever dating down, dating the barista at Starbucks. He had no problem at all. Dating the girl dropping fries at McDonald's, no problem at all. Dating a girl working at the bakery, dating a woman that's working at the nail salon or the woman who's working at the laundromat or both. He would have no problem whatsoever with the fact that she's making what she's making. And he's making $200,000 a year. She's making maybe $40,000, $50,000 a year. She doesn't own the nail salon. She doesn't own the laundromat. She doesn't own the bakery. But she's beautiful. She's fit. She's friendly. She's feminine. Let's go. He has no problem. Let's go. Let's try this. Yeah, baby, come on. Move in. You good. Let's go shopping. Let's go have dinner at Mr. Chow's. Let's go to France. Let's go to Germany. Let's go to Japan. Let's go. No problem. Money ain't a thing, right? But women don't do that. I ain't mad. I'm not picking on ladies. I get it. It's just the hypergamous nature of some people out there. And that's what they're talking about. There are no good men. Oh, there are plenty of good men. You just don't want to financially support that man. And you still want that lifestyle that you've provided yourself. You see the gap. I'm not going to give up this lifestyle to come live at your lifestyle, even though I love you. You feel me? That's the thing. Miss Globe Girls in the house, my favorite sailor. What's up? Ebony's narrative has always been about racism, especially subtle racism in all aspects of life. She was on Ronnie and created havoc by claiming racism to the point where they had to discontinue the show. Word? All right, so anyway, I mean, yeah, I guess. And yes, America has its own version of racism. Absolutely. It is what it is. It's an American thing. Don't get me wrong. You know, racism is a worldwide issue. I know that, but Americans' version of issue, like America's version of racism, to me is unique to America. I haven't seen this type of racism in other parts of the world, not even South Africa. I would say South Africa was the closest, but once they broke apartheid, it seemed to change a little bit. Maybe I'm wrong. Of course, I don't live down there, but I when she started talking to racism stuff, I'm like, yo, what does that have to do with you not dating a bus driver? Like, did they say it was a white bus driver? Like, what does that have to do? So, but Sister Ebony, she's been on other platforms over the years, and she's kind of talked about it. But I wanted to show that news clip just so you guys can see that this conversation is going on everywhere. Men everywhere understand this. And what women are having a hard time doing is, okay, once you out-earn men, once you become alpha, doors close. Shout out to Myron Gaines. The more money, the more success, the more clout, the higher you go up that ladder, the more doors close for women. And when men do the same thing, the more doors open. Why? Because we're not stuck with the hypergamy mindset. Simple as that. We're not stuck with the hypergamous mindset. A guy does not care how much his woman makes. He doesn't care. Some do, but a wealthy guy could care less. And the more money he has, the more clout he has, the less he cares about it, because he understands his money is y'all money, and your money, ladies, is your money. He understands that. And that's just a sacrifice he makes. He's like, all right, I want to be with this woman. I love this woman. I'm going to do this. All right, let's go. She wants to get married. Okay, we're going to have a wedding. I'm going to spend all that money. And he's aware if he doesn't get a prenup, he's aware, like, this doesn't work out. This is how much I'm going to wind up paying. This is how much I could lose, because the wealthy guys know. Normally, these days, almost always is going to be a prenup involved. And if the woman says no, it is what it is. He probably won't marry her. But if the guy's worth hundreds and hundreds of millions, he probably don't even care. He's making so much money, like, all right, she gets whatever. Fine. I'm worth $800 million. Okay, she got 150, 200 million. Fine. At some point, they just don't care. So, ladies, when you do this stuff, and I'm not saying don't go out there and be successful. Please do. Be successful. Go out there, get it. But understand, your financial success means nothing to the guys that you're trying to get. To the guys that you find financially attractive, they could care less about your success, your money, your accomplishments. They don't care. All they care about is you fine. You cute. You got a nice butt. That's all they care about. Some of these dudes don't even care if you cook and clean and all that kind of stuff. Why they got staff for that? Some of these dudes don't care. So there's a podcast out there called Horrible Decisions, and it's spelled WHORE, horrible. How you get it? With these two sisters I've never seen before, but Ebony was on there. And then they were talking about some things. And there's a clip on here that I want to play so you guys can kind of get an idea where Sister Ebony was coming from. Again, I want to say this again because I want to be perfectly clear. I am not mad at Ebony K. Williams in the least. She could want what she wants. It is no problem. She could gun for a 1% guy if she wants to, 5% guy, whatever percent guy, whatever guy she's looking for, she could go after him. But Ebony is, I think she's 40, and she didn't get him. At least not yet. Not to commit. But I'm pretty sure, like she said in that video about the bus driver, she was like, she's had them all. So it is what it is. Brother Dino, the Nazis went to America to look at the system of segregation and decided it was too hard to work if they won the wars. Where'd you read that, bro? Where did you read that? I mean, the Nazis were definitely 100% aware with how America was doing this racism, and they would use that a lot. Like sometimes when it was black units over there fighting the Nazis would come out and tell them, "Why you fighting us? We won't even treat you as bad as you get treated at home. You should join us," which of course was all cap. If those black soldiers decided to join the Nazis, they'll wind up in the camp. But the Nazis understood how bad America was. The world understands how bad America is. But again, this is our brand of racism, and we might not like the progress, but I'm here to tell you there is progress. There is, even I see it. I mean, yeah, I go into some stores, I get faced with racism a lot. In California, if you're in South Central, if you're south of the 10 freeway and you black and you riding around in any kind of vehicle, I don't care how nice it is or how beat up it is, you're getting pulled over by LAPD. It's going to happen. If you're in Inglewood, if you're in Culver City and you driving while black, you're getting pulled over by Culver City police. I don't care what time of day or night it is. You're getting pulled over, especially at night. You're getting pulled over. It is what it is. People say, well, that's not racism. They're trying to police the streets. They ain't pulling over my white counterparts. They pulling me over. So yeah, that is a variant of racism. Call it what it is. But it's not as bad as it was in the 40s or 30s or 20s, and you keep going back, It's not, but I mean, it is what it is. We see what happens with law enforcement dealing with, African Americans and stuff like that. So, I mean, it is what it is. You're far more likely to get shot by a cop if you black. And that cop could be white or black. It doesn't matter, the race of the police officer. So there are issues out there. I'm not saying they're not. But those racial issues have nothing to do with a black woman who was wealthy, not having a successful relationship with a man. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with choice. It has everything to do with numbers. Simply because you pretty and you worth a few million, you worth 10, 20, 30 million or whatever you worth, doesn't mean the guy who's worth 15, 30 or 300 million is going to pick you. He doesn't care about your money. That's just what it boils down to. Miss Globe Girl, DL, the women you're describing don't care that men don't care what they make. They do care, sis. They do care. Because if they didn't care about the money aspect, why are they gunning for these rich dudes? Why is it like, okay, I tried, so let me go find me a guy who's making 70 or 80 grand a year. Let me go find a guy who is ambitious. You know what I mean? We hear that term a lot. I do believe they care. She cares because she was asking that lady, Yanni, whatever, I forget that lady's name, but she was asking her basically, how do I get a guy? How do I get one of these guys? You got to know what they want. First of all, you got to provide them with what they are looking for. You got to provide that value. And the biggest thing is you just can't be confrontational. That's what it boils down to. A lot of these women who have these alpha traits, and we say this a lot. I said this on Suzette Speak Show once. If you're out there, you're in the corporate world, you're climbing that ladder, you're doing your thing, it takes alpha traits to do that. You just got to be hard. And a lot of women are like, well, I can turn it off. I can go home. No, you can't. You can't turn that off. So when you come home to your dude and he's an alpha dude, the last thing he wants to do is fight for control over the relationship with you. That's the last thing he wants to do. And if it happens, and if he's a subtle guy, he's just kind of cool, and it happens, and he's starting to see these things like, oh, okay, argumentative, okay, got to be her way, my way or the highway. Oh, okay, cool. Let me go ahead and smash it a few more times. And I'm out. Oh, you want to get married? Not doing it. Not doing it. And that's where it comes down to. So I think, Ms. Glover, I think a lot of those women, because they made that money, they have that success. And I mean, I could be wrong here, but is it possible that they believe that success elevates them somehow in the hierarchy of all these other women chasing after this wealthy man? Somehow, well, because I'm wealthy, I'm an elite woman. Not to him. You might be elite to some of these dudes in the bottom 80, but you're not elite to that guy over there. That guy that's sitting on 10 million, 20 million, 100 million. I could be wrong. Advice Narian, Kanye dumbass made Kim a billionaire. She still left prenups are a must or don't marry at all through the court. I mean, I think that most people just understand it is business. I mean, it is business. I mean, if you're getting married and you have something to lose, you have to protect your assets. And you know, me and my buddy Jay Swans, we talk about this all the time. I'm like, what's the point of getting married if I have to protect my assets going in? If I'm with a woman, I want to share all aspects of my life, everything. I want the financial stuff. I wanted the spiritual stuff. I want to share everything, not just physical, everything. Everything. I don't have to worry about that. So why get into a relationship? Why marry someone if you're worried about them taking your money from you, not wanting to build with you? You see what I'm saying? So to me, I'm with you. I'm like, oh, well, why get married? Especially if you're at a certain age. Like at my age, why get married? At Ebony K. Williams' age, why get married? You're 40. Why even worry about? Why get married? Just, you know what I mean? Just kind of do you. Have a good time. Why get married? So, Miss Globe Girl, they're not gunning for men, and it's not always about money. A man has to be able to keep up with her lifestyle and be comfortable in the same circles she's already in. 250,000 versus 50,000 is a different circle. Facts. And Miss Globe Girl's like, agreed. Why get married? Yeah, because it all comes down to money, and this is crazy. Like transactional stuff. I mean, this is where we are right now. It's societal. You know, Jay Swans is always asking me, like, man, how do we get here as a people? Like, he's happily married, been married for decades, has an amazing wife, Queen Naya, right? Y'all know I don't use that. I don't throw that name around loosely. Naya's absolute queen. And he's like, how do we get here? And I'm like, I think it's society, bro. I think we've been programmed either consciously or subconsciously by our surroundings, by our society to be this way. And I mean, it's just crazy because I ain't gonna lie to you. If like Miss Globe Girl, let's say you're worth $10 million and I was an air traffic controller, right? Like I'm retired air traffic. I meet you, you're worth $10 million, and you meet me, I'm making $150,000 a year. To your point, these lifestyle circles. At $150,000 a year, I'm comfortable in every circle. I move in every circle. I have billionaires in my phone. I network and rub elbows with the elites, not just here in America, but around the world. So I'm comfortable in every circle. And at $150,000 a year, I can get myself anywhere I need to be. If I need to be in Zurich, I can get there. If I need to be in Tokyo, I can get there. If I need to be in Buenos Aires, I can get there. And when I get there, I'm staying at the best hotels. Right? I mean, I'm staying at Starwood hotels. I'm flying business class. I could do all that at $150,000 a year. I could do all that. So socially, the circles don't mean anything after a certain amount of money. Shout out to Andrew Tate. He said this. He's like, there's not a big difference between someone who's worth, $150,000 liquid. There's not much difference between the guy who has 80, 90, $150,000 liquid versus a guy who has $100 million liquid. There's not much difference with respect to women. Because the guys with the lowest, you got 150,000 liquid, you got 60, 70, $80,000 liquid. You can still afford to go to the nicest restaurants. You're still driving something nice. You can still afford to take these nice trips. And when I say liquid, I mean you got that cash money sitting there on top. That's not counting what you make yearly. That's just money sitting there, right? You can afford to move and do these things. So there's no difference. There's not much difference between you and a millionaire or a billionaire. There's not much difference. It's just they can do more faster. So I would argue that the circles are comparable, Miss Globe Girl. So yeah, there are some dudes out there who are bottom 80. And I use that term a lot, and people are like, man, you shouldn't be saying that bottom 80 basement dweller. It is what it is, bro. We all started there. I started in the bottom 80. I pulled myself out. I worked myself out. So there are guys in the bottom 80s who would be intimidated by a woman if they're talking to a woman who is making that kind of money. She has that kind of net worth, and she is networking and rubbing elbows with these elite men. That guy is definitely going to feel he doesn't belong there. You notice I said feel, because a lot of the bottom 80 dudes be in their emotions, which, men, we all know. Don't get caught up in your emotions like that. I can sit down and have a conversation with anyone. It's going to be a good conversation. It's gonna be a great conversation. Whenever I walk into the room, people see me. I don't have to say a word. I'm not bragging, guys. I'm just saying. I have enough life experience. I have enough confidence in myself and my abilities. I don't care what room I walk into. If I walk into a room, you will see me. Period. You better see me. I might be creeping. You better see me. So that's the way I move. Jay Swans walks into a room, you will see him. So when you talk about these circles, nah, love. I don't know, love. I mean, that's the guy. That's on the dude. You got to find yourself a more comfortable, confident man who is in that price range I got. But if you're talking to a dude, you got a guy here who's making $60,000 a year. He's not confident. He doesn't have any style, whatever. And you're making $300,000 a year. Yeah, you're gonna have to do a lot of, calm down. It's okay, baby. It's okay. You're gonna have to do a lot of that because he's not confident. But I want to remind y'all, when I was broke, that's when I was at my height, when I was running rotations. And like I said, in my rotation, they went from broke chicken heads all the way up to millionaires. Socialites. I didn't know nothing about private jets until I got to California. But before I knew what, women sending me tickets, flying first class when I was broke. I mean, that's nothing. That was nothing. Sending, not before Uber, like when you had to go hire a real car, like a limousine service, women sending me like the cars, sending me the Lincoln Town cars to pick me up. Long before there was an Uber. So it's the confidence. So now, Ms. Globe Girl, I'm not with you on that one. I'm not with you. Sorry for going on, for ranting a little bit there, but I'm not with you. Brother Dino, but DL, if Ebony dated a bus driver, she would have to stop eating at Salt Bay and go to Chick-fil-A. Her whole lifestyle would have to change. Would he not feel a way if Ebony paid for Salt Bay? Now, okay, good point, but that's the dude. That's on him. If a wealthy guy meets a woman who works at McDonald's and he takes her on, does he stop going to Mr. Childs and Nobu? Does he stop going to Fig and Olive? No. He's just going to bring her along, and he's paying for everything. Everything. To include probably what she's wearing. Hey, we got to go to this gala. We're going to the Met Gala. He's going to go out and get her a gown. She's going to be able to pick it out. And she's going to experience all these firsts through him. Andrew Tate, again, talks about that. Shout out to Andrew Tate. This man is giving her all these firsts, and it's just gonna add to it. Like, wow, he's a good man, and he's taking care of me, and he doesn't really care. And I'm learning, and I'm earning more, and I'm moving forward. So it's okay for a dude to take on a woman and get her all that bread and show her all these experiences and lead, but women don't want to do that. And they got all the bread, and they have all of the clout, and they have all of the networking opportunities. They're right there. They don't want to do that. The guy has to go out and find his wealth first, find his fortune, and then come back and holler at you. That's what we're all saying. And that's like, again, ladies, fine, go right ahead. But you're going to lose more than likely because there's just not enough of those top tier guys to go around. Me and Jay Swans was talking today. And we were saying, hey, he was like, look, bro, what if you met somebody who's, the girl at Starbucks, and she came into your life right now, and she saw that you're doing a YouTube, and she took your YouTube and she 1000x'd it, took over, started doing the thumbnails, updated everything, took her little money and bought upgrades to equipment and stuff like that. What would you do? I'm like, bro, if she's like, she turned it around, she says, now your YouTube channel is making $10,000 a month. What would you do? I'm like, I'll give her 8,000 of it. Hire her right away. She's valuable. And begin the vetting process, because that woman adds value to me. So I'm gonna see if she's really into me. And when I talk to her, if it's always us, as opposed to me, then she on, bro. She on. That's the type of woman I want to be with. Ladies, would you do the same? With Ebony K. Williams, meet a guy who's working at Starbucks, who came into her life and was able to add value and push her forward and make even more money. Would she be cool with that? I don't know. And when I meet her, I'm gonna ask her. And then I'll let y'all know what she said. You know what I mean? But your life doesn't change if you got the money, bro. Doesn't matter who has the money. Like I said, I've dated millionaires before. And boy, how do you think I learned about all this nice stuff? I didn't learn it in the hood. How do you think I learned business class and first class and 5-star hotels? You know what I mean? And Michelin restaurants. How do you think I learned that? Women taught me. Very, very wealthy women. They taught me. I was right there, able to hold my own with any conversation with talking to anyone, politicians, royals, people from royal families from all over the world, billionaires. I was able to hold my own. It wasn't cool. I fit right in. Now I had enough money I could go buy my own stuff. I own my own tuxedo. I always had nice suits, tailored suits. But again, I learned that through observing what's going on. Like, you know what? Let me go get me some nice suits. So, you got to get a guy who can move in different circles. You don't want to get you just a regular dude who won't care about that. You might be a guy who's just a bus driver, man. I don't care about all that stuff, man. I don't care about the political world. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about South Bay. I don't want to go to Mr. Childs. He doesn't care. He just wants to sit at home and watch the football game and drink a beer. You're not going to be able to change that guy. So you got to take him as he comes. And if you don't like that, you're going to have to move on to something else, right? So again, there's nothing wrong with Sister Eboni and those women out there like that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just the odds or the numbers are against you. I know I asked Sister Globe Girl a lot of stuff. So let me catch up on the chat so I can hear what she had to say. Vasnarian, I agree. It's not like you can't trust the person you're with. So many people have already laid the blueprint down. With the divorce rates as high as it is, even with kids involved, they leave unless they're parents split up as well when it's more likely they don't split. The divorce rate, it is what it is over here. It's 50%. I mean, it is what it is. Marriage is big business, and someone's going to make money off of it. If like I keep saying, women are about to start getting wrecked in family court because they're going to fall in love with dudes, and it's going to be a guy who's not earning, and he's going to be in a house, and all these laws that benefit women when you go through divorce court are going to start benefiting men. Why? Because it's not gender based. It's who makes the most money. And historically, men out earn women, but now women are starting to out earn men. So, there's going to be more and more women in these chats, talking about it like, Brother DL, you right, man. We got to do something about this family court system. This is right. He got the house. He got the kids. I got to pay him alimony because we were married for 10 years. And I got to pay him child support. Why they keeping my child from me? Because you're the earner out there. You're the alpha. So going out there and alpha. So all the men are going to be sitting here like, is that right? Oh, man, the system is messed up, huh? Oh, okay. Yeah. Like, welcome to the club. You in the gang now. You just got jumped in. So I do believe it's going to change. Miss Globe Girl, based on your scenario, if you can run in my circles, I wouldn't care. But in most cases, that's not true. Facts. And again, you're right. Most dudes can't handle that. They don't want it. They don't. They just don't. You can walk up to a guy, like if you got a guy who just likes sports and watching ESPN or whatever dudes are watching these days, or getting online and talking about watching Fresh and Fit, or watching whoever. If you got a guy like that, he's not going to want to go to the Met Gala. He's not going to want to go to watch, Swan Lake, the opening of Swan Lake with, like I said, with the Kirov or Bolshoi, which they probably not allowed in America right now because of the war in Ukraine. But anyway, he's probably not going to want to do all that. So ladies, again, you got to find a guy that's compatible with you that can move in your circles. But Ms. Globe Girl, I will say this. I would argue that most women will not be cool supporting that man forever. Women just aren't used or accustomed to sharing their resources with the man. They'll do it with their kids if they had to. You hear that a lot in the manosphere. You hear that a lot on Fresh and Fit. You hear that a lot. Rollo Tomasi talking about it, and Rich Cooper talking about it. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm in that camp. I just don't see a woman taking care of a grown man. And maybe that's where I'm wrong, but I just don't see. And yes, there are dudes out there who are kept by women. There are. I know some of them. I met some of them. So, but you're right. Sister Rosa, what's good? Good to meet you. Good to meet you. I'm glad you're here. You're waving back and forth. That's for you. Miss Globe Girl, so think about the circles Ebony runs in and the possibility that a bus driver will be comfortable at the dinner party within that circle. I understand what the woman is saying. I understand what the woman is saying too. I do. I understand what the woman is saying too. And yes, most dudes, especially we're talking about black guys here, right? Because we were talking about black relationships. Most dudes aren't cool with that. They're not. But there are dudes out there like bus drivers or whatever at that level who can move in those circles and they're supremely confident. So they're not going to lie about it. So what do? I'm a bus driver. Oh, well, so Ebony takes care of everything? Like, yeah, she sure does, player. And then he take a sip of his drink. Play on, player. They can handle that or talk around it. There's ways to do that. I'm a bus driver, but I also, I don't know, someone like me, like, I'm a comedian as well. I do comedy on the side. Oh, really? So, yeah, I perform here, there, this, that, and the. You just run it all down. Oh, okay, cool. So what's that like? It's fun. I mean, I enjoy it. It's just a hobby, really. But it pays. It could pay. Wow, if you wanted to scale that up, you probably could. I probably could. Maybe I will. Well, I'm an executive over at Sony. Maybe you can send me your reel. Again, now you just work in the room. You got to have that confidence. I got the woman. She got the money. She's with me for me. So I don't even care. Then you got the other dudes, the wealthy dudes in there, like, yeah, he gonna steal your woman away from you. Like, nah, bro. All he gonna do is mess up her situation because I'm gonna walk away. And that's one of those things. It's like I have no money or anything, but she's coming to me and still with me and in my frame, bro. That's not a bad place to be. So, but you're right. There are a lot of guys who can't handle that. Miss Globe Girl, she wants to walk the red carpet and wants to go to the nightclubs and eat chicken wings. Yeah. And there's people who do that. There's people who do that. Megan Fox. Like I met Megan Fox through my Armenian folks out there in LA. Man, she's so cool. Little bitty something though. But she was just real cool, just down. She loved being around just normal folk. And we talk about this all the time on this platform. The people in Hollywood, they just want to be normal when they can. They come around normal folk and you just cool. They just want to be in there just chilling. Like you say, eating chicken wings, drinking beer or sipping on some cognac, smoking on some cigars or puffing on whatever they puffing on. They love those moments. They love them. They love those moments. But what we're talking about here, when you got most women who make a lot of money, what we're talking about here is the inability to shut off the alpha. If they're making more money than the guy and they get upset, there's some sort of fight, that's going to come up. You broke ass nigga. That's why I got to pay for all your, but I ain't paying for none of that. Get out of here. Take my shoes off. Them my shoes. Get out. It's my house, right? That's going to happen. And when it does, it destroys everything. Now that guy's gone. That guy is gone. He'll never forget that. He gone. And you're going to turn around and try that with the millionaire? He's going to do that to you. Get out. Matter of fact, I'll get out. See ya. I'm out of here. I'll send the police by to make sure you out of here by tomorrow. They'll do that. Or I'm gone for the week. Make sure you're gone by next week. The wealthy dude is not going to take that negative attitude, and the broke guy, if he's confident in himself, he's not going to take that negative attitude. The only dudes who are going to take that attitude are the simpletons out there and those guys who have no confidence and they can't get women, whether he has money or not. They'll take that kind of attitude. Or maybe they just like that kind of attitude and they'll stay with that woman because he likes being bossed around. There's so many variants out there. Brother Mandrell's in the house. What's good, fam? I know I'm way behind on the chat, y'all. Let me try to catch up. I know I'm way behind. DL, when you talk about these scenarios, you keep inserting yourself in as the example. Are you the average man when it comes to understanding the ways of the world? No, I am not average, and that's from Ms. Globe Girl. I am not average. I'm not average. Just take the height component. I'm 6 feet. That puts me in what? The top 14, 15% right there. If women like height, I'm in the game. I'm retired. When I was working, I was making well into the six figures. The average American was making what, $50,000, $60,000 a year. I was making what, 3 times that. No, there's nothing average about me. I worked hard, worked real hard to get there. There's nothing average about me. I'm always trying to improve myself, but I never forget where I came from. I'm hood 100%. I got out of the hood, but the hood's still in me. And when people meet me, they understand that straight away. So no, I don't consider myself average at all. But having said all that, I don't think that like Sister Eboni K. Wiz, I don't think she will rock with me because I don't make enough money. There are people out there, the financial element is rock solid. Like, you must out earn me. That's the thing. And that's fine. If that's out there, that is fine. That is fine. Like someone like me, you'll never see me with a big girl. Nothing against the BBWs, nothing against the big girls, but you will never see me with a big girl. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. That's a no-go for me. It's a no-go. Just like I said in the gym, you'll never see me trying to holler at somebody in the gym. It's a no-go for me. So everyone has their standards, and there's nothing wrong with that. Have I been shamed by big girls trying to tell me I'm fat phobic and this, down, the third? Yes, I have. You know what I did about it? I made a bit about it. It was funny. They was trying to shame me. I went right on stage 2 days later in front of the big girls, and I made it. I turned it into a bit just for them. Just for them. And guess what? They laughed. They laughed. They're like, all right, you got us. You got us. You right. They laughed. You know, it was funny. The big girl's trying to get on with me. And I'm like, well, she wants you to holler at that big guy over there. Oh, we don't like big dudes. We don't like big dudes. Oh, okay. All right. That turned into 5 minutes on stage. Brother Vikings in the house, what's good? Just got back from taking my fam to the park. Man, those are always cool, bro. Those are always cool. Look at Miss Globe Girl. Man, Jill, you in a good mood tonight? Miss Globe Girl, he ain't never in a good mood. He a Green Beret. Brother Dino, Brother DL, this is Dino Dinosaur. Brother DL, Ebony's response is like a basement dweller telling you to date a fat chick. Right. Right. It goes against what you do. Facts, bro. Facts. And that, when Miss Globe Girl asked me that question, guys, I'm not bragging. It's not bragging to embrace who you are, ladies and gentlemen. It's not bragging. I'm not average. I'm not average. But I'm not elite either when it comes to that kind of money and all that. There's just certain things that I'm not elite. I'm just not. I doubt if I ever would become elite. I mean, I don't see myself. I don't want $300 million, y'all. Just keep it 100. I'm cool with 10. Cool with 10, 15 million. I'm good. That's enough for me and my daughter. She's gonna be fine. That 10 million is gonna 30x by the time she's 30. I'm good with that. If something comes in, if an opportunity comes in and it turns into something big, all right, fine. But I'm not running around saying, like, I gotta be worth all this money. Once you get to a certain point, in my opinion, you're golden. You're golden. Once you get to a certain point, man, I'm good. For me, that's 10 million. I get to 10 million, liquid now. I'm not talking about adding up all the assets. I'm like, I got $10 million right there. Once I get to that point, I'm good. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. You can't get it sitting on the couch, right? You can't really get it being average. But I'm not out here trying to out earn the royal family. You know what I mean, Miss Globe Girl? I wouldn't do that, but I know a lot of women who take care of deadbeat ass men. They're out there. They are out there, but how long does it last, sis? Honestly, how long does it last? And I've noticed that here recently, and the women that have been doing this that I've noticed recently are over 40. When I'm coming across a lot of women who were in their 40s and up, and they are taking care of dudes. They're out there, and some of them are still going from dude to dude, but they're taking care of these dudes. Which I was like, wow. I keep telling these dudes, I'm like, old guys right now, hey man, old city boys, we up. They out here, bro, especially in these big cities. There are a lot of lonely older women out here who are well-to-do. Look at Ebony. I'm not saying she's lonely. She's very beautiful. She's out there. She can do what she wants, but she's not getting that commitment. And it's like keeping her in the trenches. She's out in no man's land. There's a lot of beautiful women out there in no man's land. So, like, old dudes, man, hey, get y'all y'all social circle up. You know what I mean? Clean yourself up, man. Get your tuxedo, bro. Learn a little bit. Have some good keywords, be able to talk about some stuff, bro. I'm telling you, you might wind up getting kept. Brother Dino, Rolo is now telling young men to get vasectomies and build their wealth rather have a baby knock them off course, rather than have a baby knock them off course. Man, that's a tough one, bro. I'll put it to you this way. If women, there's a shot out there that women can take, and it's like a birth control shot or whatever, and it lasts for 7 years, I think it is. And so long as they have that, they can't get pregnant or whatever. It regulates their body and all that. And I know it's probably harmful to their bodies and stuff like that. But let's set all the health issues aside for a second. If there were a pill or a shot that a guy could take that would, render his sperm useless for 7 years, I would absolutely tell every guy to take it. Take it. Now, vasectomies, I have said in the past, if you're 18 years old, getting a vasectomy, not a bad idea. But the problem is, what if something goes wrong? What if they can't reverse it later? I worked with a guy who had a vasectomy, got divorced, remarried, and his wife wanted children. So he got his vasectomy reversed and they had a kid, and then he turned it off again. So I know people who have done that, but when doctors have told me, like, hey, this might not be reversible. Here are all the things that could happen. So it's not like a simple thing. But if it were simple, just take a shot or take a pill, then yeah, I would say Rolo's 100%. But that's a tough one right there. I wouldn't say don't do it. I wouldn't say don't do it, especially if you're a young man here in the U.S. I wouldn't say don't do it. Advice narrating at Brother Viking. Hope you are doing well, my man. Yeah, I'm glad to see his Fresh and Fit fam up in this piece. I'm good to see his Suzette speakers up in this joint. Everybody, man, everybody in here having a good time. Appreciate y'all. Ms. Globe Girl, and why can't a woman say that say what her preferences is in peace? Men talk about their preferences, not fat chicks, no baby mamas, no black women, too skinny, too masculine, and it goes on and on. Ms. Globe Girl, I would argue that most women, especially in mainstream media, are not shamed for their preferences ever. Ever. I don't need no Scrubs, the song. Scrub is a guy who can get no love from me. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing going on but the rent. Got to have a job if you want to be with me. Women go around calling dudes broke and dusty and all that kind of stuff. It's the norm. I would argue that honestly, this is the first time I saw this kind of pushback for when Ebony said this. This is the first time I've seen this kind of pushback. I was shocked. Normally, when men say their preferences, they are shamed and they're called misogynist and all kind of stuff. People want to just give them, to get the horrible comments, get death threats. It's like crazy. And yes, people be sending Myron Gaines death threats. Every time I see him, I'm like, yo, let me see the latest death threats. He'll show me, pull out his phone, look at this. I'm like, damn. Like, I didn't know you could do that with a drill. He's like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, these people are creative. So normally, women don't get shamed for their preferences, and men do. So that's my pushback for you on that, love. And Brother Viking at Ms. Glow Girl, he said the same thing. You got to twist it. Women say their preferences all the time with no pushback. You only get that pushback here, right? Like I said, I think that Ebony was the first one that I saw with the pushback, yo. When I saw that, I was like, wow, I was really shocked. Ms. Glow Girl, I know women that are in their 30s and are doing that out of fear of being alone. Right. That's the thing, but and that's probably like taking care of dudes. I think you're talking about that because I'm behind on the chats. But yeah, I mean, there are women out there, like I said, it's if you're a 40-something-year-old dude, 50-something-year-old dude, bro, I'm telling you, from 30 and up, they in play. I'm talking about the real successful women, 30 and up, they are in play. if you got your mind right. You have to be the guy who can go to the galas. You have to be the guy who can go to the presidential what's it called when the president cracks jokes? You get I forget what it's called, that media or whatever, when the presidents crack jokes on people. I forget the name of it. In fact, I have people who went this year or went this year. If you're that guy who can accompany that woman to these events, man, I'm telling you, you in demand. You absolutely in demand. You know what I mean? Ms. Globe Girl and Brother Vikings, like, so if that's the case, then men should be used to it by now and not have hurt feelings about it. The dudes, the top tier dudes who get to talk about their preferences, they're not hurt by it. They're used to it. They expect it. They don't care. The bottom 80 dudes, the people who came after Sister Eboni, those are like bottom 80 people. They got hurt. They got their feelings way hurt. Like she said, they got way hurt. And I'm gonna catch up with this chat. And I want to go to the next video. And we're almost done. Brother Viking, and Rollo doesn't tell anyone what to do. It was an outline for the balance of probability. True. Rollo, yeah, true. Yeah, Rollo's getting, hey, again, Rollo's married, has kids. His daughter is out of college. I think she's engaged. She's got a guy. You know, Rollo in his situation is great. It's great. He's not out of here spinning plates and all the rest of it. Rollo doing good, real good. Correspondence dinner. Thank you, Brother Dino. Thank you. The correspondence dinner. It was belly laughs. I appreciate the correspondence dinner. And I have friends who went. I was really impressed today. I'm like, what? You going where? Word? Like, I was jealous. Like, oh, you get to go there? I've had people who have spoke at The Hague, right? And I've been invited to go watch them speak to the United Nations. Like, I mean, if you're that guy and you can handle that, bro, I'm telling you, it's and then you put on top of that, you in shape and you have style and all the rest of it. Man, look, there's so many successful women out here, and they reach a point in their 30s, probably mid to late 30s, when they're like, I'm on track to having dogs and cats in a fair. I mean, you know what? Let me holler at some of these dudes. And the money becomes less important. But it's still a certain type of dude that she wants. So let's pull up this video with Eboni talking to the Horrible Decisions podcast. Never watched the podcast before, but Eboni was on there. And this gave me some insight into I hit the wrong button. This gave me some insight into Sister Eboni. Yeah, I'll be messing up, y'all. Let me do this. I can't wait till we get to the point where we're successful enough that I can hire a producer. I cannot wait for that, y'all. I can hire a producer. I got way too many buttons to click. I'm too old for this, y'all. My mind don't be working as fast as it used to. So it's too much going on. I need somebody in my ear to keep me on track, y'all. But and Ms. Globe Girl, when I get to that point, I'm gonna have to holler at you first. Like, you want to produce? You'll probably be arguing with me while we trying to do the show. So let's go. Let's check this out. This is Eboni talking to these two women. And they were kind of talking about Kevin Samuels, and she's going to give some insight on like her life and what she was doing, and I think her previous marriage and stuff like that. So let's check this out.
A negative connotation currently with housewife. You are a lawyer. You have all of these brands and platforms now. You would be considered a modern day woman, which Kevin Samuels actually says is our downfall a lot, is that the modern day woman is not prepared to be a wife because we're so overly independent.
How is Kevin? I've listened to some Kevin.
I really don't even acknowledge.
You don't have to. But I'm just saying,
I think it's an interesting, right?
Yo, y'all, why is Shorty in the middle triggered? 100% triggered. Why we gotta talk about Kevin Samuels? Kevin probably said some things that made her think. Look at her. I mean, she is just so upset. And even Eboni was like, let's talk about this. But old girl that was, started this part of the segment, she was like, yeah, modern women aren't prepared to be wives. That's what Mel King talks about all the time. Is there some truth in that? I'm asking you guys, is there some truth in that? Are modern women prepared to be wives? Do they really want to be wives? Are modern men prepared to be husbands? Do they really want to be husbands?
It's an interesting catalyst for a deeper, more important conversation.
I'm really triggered how you talked to girl. I'm very serious.
Awful.
I find some of it funny. So this is, but I don't listen to a ton of Kevin because I do think sometimes he be right about some of these women's
He do be right a
expectations.
little bit.
The
Yeah.
expectations, like I get it, but I don't think that anybody, especially that looks the way that he does, can get on anyone's internet and tell women about
But they
their
ask him.
They
Weezy.
do. They're
So that woman, like, looks the way he does. It doesn't matter what a man looks like. When Kevin Samuels left this existence, he was enjoying the company of a beautiful woman. Kevin was out there getting it. He finally got to the bag after decades of hard work. He finally got in there. And this woman's like, well, the way he looks, he shouldn't be saying on anybody's internet this, that, and the third. Well, baby, look at the way you look. When you say stuff like that and then people push back, now they want to fight. Now people's cousins and brothers want to fight. All because Kevin was telling people his opinion, and some of those opinions were based in facts and stats. A lot of women don't like that. They just don't like it. And again, I don't know who these women are. I don't know who Shorty is. You know what I mean? Hopefully she's married. I hope she is. I don't know. But why are you mad at Kevin? What did he do to you? And they're like, well, all these women be calling. Yeah, why are they calling? Because they're trying to fix themselves, maybe? You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy.
They are asking.
Wait. It's the same way we said
But he's
no
mean,
one
and now it's a spectacle, and
But it's
now
the
he's
same
able
way-
to make money from demeaning black girls.
Weezy, it's the same way we said no one in this room listens to Steve Harvey.
Right,
But a
but
lot
people
of
do.
women
I just
do.
don't
And
want
he
people
does
to-
demean black men too. When they
Yeah, he
call
does.
on the, like he had this one dude on there. It doesn't matter, but he'll do this. I do think he's equal opportunity. Like, dude, you're like 5'6", you're overweight.
He be like,
you make
fat.
$40 and you talking about you want a 10, bro. Where? You know,
Right.
Facts. This is why I like Ebony. Everybody trying to make her the demon. She's not the demon. Ebony is she is an attorney. That's Ebony K. Williams, Esquire. She came up in a very logic-based career, and she was good at it. Then she got into media. This woman is smart. She knows what she's talking about. Let me catch up on the chats real quick. Brother Viking, I am living a dream. Thanks for asking. I hope the same is true for you. Oh, yeah, y'all just showing love in the chat. Miss Globe Girl, have your people contact my people and send the contract. Hilarious. Yeah, for real. For the producer, for real. I have my people contact your people for sure. You know what I mean? For sure. And I hope you're union, because if you ain't union, girl, you ain't getting union rates. I'm just telling you right now. We union over here. Brother Dino, today you need a show on gun violence. The shooter deleted his mother and grandparents at 2 neighboring homes and deleted a woman at McDonald's restaurant in Martree, South Georgia. Huh. Yeah, bro. It's been a lot of deletions going on in the past 3 weeks. Crazy. It just, Americans are violence, bro. I mean, I'll get Jay Swans on here and we'll do a show on gun violence. Yeah, bro, we'll do that. It's definitely gonna be a different type of show. Y'all know my take on it. I'm a number 2 amendment guy. That's me. I'm all about it. And I'm also aware of how many weapons are in this country, how many firearms in this country per capita. I'm also keenly aware that you're never going to be able to get rid of them. So we can have that conversation. We'll do that. Brother Viking Paradigm. My bad, me put the Cash App thing up. Yep. If they don't like what a man says, they'll just ignore it. You know what I mean? And Brother Viking continue. She dismissed what he said with an ad hominem attack, which happens all the time. That's how you know she knows he was right. Facts. What's up, fam? We got Don 007 in the house, man. What's good? I swear at this point, saying KS, Kevin Samuels is like saying Candyman. Ain't it though? He built that brand, bro, and he left us right when he got to the bag, bro. Right when he got to the bag. But let's continue.
Right.
how?
Mm-hmm.
No.
But I wanted to ask you, as a woman who is, I would consider, despite you being auntie age, like you said,
Mhm.
you are a modern day woman. You own businesses and you're growing. There's no ceiling to what you can do either.
And for the record, I'm looking at little shorty who's still mad about Kevin Samuels. She doesn't have a wedding ring on. So normally a lot of times when I come across women who get real upset about KS, you look at that left hand, you look at that ring finger, empty.
However, you do still have a lot of powerful, wealthy men, which is what I think a lot of us seek, who want the housewife, who don't want you to do anything. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit before we get into as well your positioning in men's lives.
Yes.
But yeah, talk to us about that.
I think it's a real conflict of interest is the best way to describe it. Because you're right. I think I thought, and I think I still think, but I'm open to being corrected on this, that the answer, because before my ex-fiance, all the men I dated, I was the breadwinner, like significantly so. And that was fine because, whatever. Like
you was a sugar mama. Okay.
I was kind of a sugar mama, like making 2-3 times what they made. And that was fine. Just because my go hard
when you make a lot of money and you're in a certain bracket though,
it's hard.
It is hard.
It gets harder. We're working, bullshit jobs. It's just they were in different fields. I was at a firm.
You gotta remember, doctors are only making like some doctors only make 150.
Look at you. Can you not say 150 like that ain't shit?
I'm just
people listening.
For a doctor.
Facts. Now we see why the one in the middle don't like Kevin Samuels, because he is the exact woman Kevin Samuels is always talking about. Doctors only make like 150. Are you high? Y'all hear what Ebony was saying? Sister Ebony was like, yo, I was the sugar mama. I was the lightweight sugar mama. I didn't have a problem dating with dudes who didn't make as much as we. She was like, they didn't have like terrible jobs. They weren't brokies. They were just in different fields. Remember the top of the show I was talking about? I was making $150,000, $180,000 a year as an air traffic controller. Ebony K. Williams, Esquire, is working at one of the top firms on the planet. She's probably making $300,000 to $550,000 a year before bonuses. And she's working her butt off. It's a different dynamic. You're going to have to be a certain type of dude to move in that circle. And a lot of guys are like, well, she's going to try to take over. She's going to run the house just down the third. You still need to lead, gentlemen. And it can be done, but you have to be a certain kind of guy to pull that off. That's all I'm saying. And it's difficult. Because of what she does, there might be some resentment. How come you can't make enough money to maintain this lifestyle? And that's what it boils down to, maintaining a certain lifestyle. Like, we good, baby. If you knock it down a few pegs, we can live a pretty good life. But I don't want to live that life. And there's nothing wrong with that. Miss Globe Girl, how about the dude who shot 5 people in the Atlanta hospital? Not sure if he's still on the run. No, they caught him yesterday. They found him with some tips. So they did get him. They got him and they got the guy from Texas. Like I said, it's been a lot of shootings in the U.S. They really own one. Yeah, you know what? You're right, Brother Dino. We're going to have to do that show. We're going to have to do it. But yeah, they did catch him, Ms. Globe Girl. And I did know about that one. I was kind of following that story yesterday. Saturday, that's what I'm going to be talking about. Saturday, we're going to talk about a bunch of these shootings. And then, like you were going to talk about some weird stories too and all that. Y'all know how we do the Saturday roundup, Saturday news show. But Brother Viking, she a strong, independent woman that don't need no man. But the fact is, she doing right. The fact is, she done. She done. When I come across, if I'm having a conversation with a group of women, everyone's single and whatever, and I hear a woman say that a guy only makes anything over $100,000, I ain't doing nothing with her except smashing. That's it. I already know where her mind is. And then you talk to them women, find out how much they make. Most of them ain't even got what they're professional famoosers. They ain't even making money. They living that simptastic life. And I ain't mad at them. Get them simpletons. Get that bread. But for anyone to say only $150,000, only $200,000, that lets me know everything I need to know. It's all good, bro. Like, she done. It's all good, bro. I thought it was me though, Brother Viking. I was like, wait, I got it now. But let's continue the video.
It's not shit.
It's not shit. It's not $300,000 worth of bills.
Doctor, bro?
That's what I mean. School debt.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I never, when I was younger, and
I used to think they made millions.
Doctor,
I did too.
I'm in shock at what doctors make.
Oh,
I agree.
My friend's Dr. Boo make millions, but he owns his own firm.
And little shorty trying to clean it up. Why, Miss Globe Girl? Why is it that most women are afraid to say what they really feel? Because I know you speak your mind, but a lot of women, they're just afraid to say something. They'll say something, and they, like little Shorty said, only $150,000. And the minute they get pushed back, oh, well, no, I mean, I meant, this, I mean, when I was growing up, when I was 8, I just assumed the doctors were making millions and millions of dollars. Well, you ain't 8, baby. You grown. You grown. If you were 8 years old and you said that, cool, I'll let it rock. I'll let it rock. But you 38, 48. Nah, I ain't letting that rock. How is it you don't know? So that's where I get mad. And then you see how Dr. Jordan Peterson says that women are so agreeable. And she backed down off of that quick. She backed down off the Kevin Samuels stuff too, quick, because she's agreeable, afraid to stand 10 toes down. Again, shout out to Ebony K. Williams. At least she's standing there taking fire. She leading from the front. Them people coming at her. They came at her hard, yo. Ebony said what she said about the bus driver. Next thing you know, is this.
Get some. Get some.
That's how they coming at Ebony K. Williams. And guess what? She's like, whatever. She's like, bring it. Bring y'all bitch asses over here. She's 10 toes down because she's got alpha to her. You know what I mean? She's got alpha to her. And that's going to hurt her in the long run. But she's going to be paid. Yeah, she's definitely going to be paid. And Brother Viking saying, but the fact is, she doesn't deserve a real man. Hey, man. Hey, Miss Globe Girl, how much money she make? Exactly. And how is she getting that money? Miss Globe Girl, she's whacked and embarrassed for being an ass. That's all. See, facts. That's what I'm talking about. Miss Globe Girl, we got to get you on the split screen. I'm going to get you on the screen, girl. I'm going to get this. That's going to be one of the conditions to the producer job. Got to get you on the screen once a week. I would love to have you up here and hear your opinions. And again, you don't even have to cam up if you want to. You can just put your picture up there. You ain't got to cam up or nothing. But let's get back to the video.
Well, good for
And
him.
it's just like lawyers. I know $40,000 are your lawyers.
True.
I know $15 million are your lawyers.
True.
So, and same with doctors. You're right, sis. It's like some do make 150 and some make 3, 4, 10 million because they're surgeons, they're cardiovascular, this and
again,
that.
I'm not shitting on someone making 150. It is really that pay is way too low for that job.
And that pay is, can we just be honest? That is a hard way to live in New York City if you're accustomed to a certain lifestyle. And I'm just going to say that. That's a fact. So, whatever.
Right there. It's the lifestyle. At the end of the day, it doesn't even come to it's about the money comes into play because it's the lifestyle that certain people want. Sister Ebony made no qualms about it. She's managed to curate a certain lifestyle that she is not willing to walk away from. And I'll take it a step further. I don't think Ebony wants to work after she has a baby. I think she wants to stay home and she wants to maintain that lifestyle. That's why she can't have just a bus driver. That bus driver not only needs to own the bus, but he needs to own the transit company to maintain her lifestyle. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just going to be very difficult for women like that to find the guy that they're looking for. And when I say women like that, I don't mean that as a derogatory term. I'm just talking about women of means. They have created this lifestyle that they like and they want. It's going to be hard to find that guy, especially when you're older, that's going to provide you all that. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean, Miss Glow Girl? I like how she shows how women have different perspectives. Yes, we all don't think the same. Good point, sis. Really good point. Brother Viking, just like women don't want bum dudes that don't like their role, real men don't want bum women that don't know their role. We are not the same. We are, but we are alike. Good point, bro. Real good point. Let's continue.
Back to the men with money.
Yes.
A lot of them say that they want a Claire Huxtable type. They want a Michelle Obama. They want somebody that's going out here getting it like they're getting it. But they do not really want that, has been my experience, because they do expect you to get in where you fit in to a life that they have already curated.
Yes, Ebony. Because they get to choose. Yes, ma'am. That's how it works, sis. Get in where you fit in. Get in where I tell you to get in. Especially if you want me to take care of you. So you ain't got to bring in bread no more. They talk about Claire Huxtable, and they talk about Michelle Obama. Both those women are feminine. Both those women they managed to walk that line between alpha and femininity. They were able to pull it off. And then they got their men. One is a real life person. The other one's a TV show. But Bill Cosby on the Cosby Show, Mr. Huxtable ran that house. He was the man of the house. She was the woman of the house. They had that understanding. And when you look at Barack Obama, don't know what's going on in their house in real life, but Barack was the president of the United States and the president of his home. And Michelle was his vice president. That's how it works. Yes, you're going to get in where you fit in.
From them deciding where y'all are going to live, where y'all are going to go to vacation, how the bills are, just whatever.
They want to be in control.
They do want to be in control, but they don't. And they say they want a partner. And I think you can control some women willingly. I don't think that's a bad thing. I want to be very clear.
I like it a little bit.
There are plenty of women that like it a lot. Some women like it because they don't have another way to live that lifestyle. Let's just tell the truth and shame the devil.
I feel like I'm too busy to make decisions. I love when a man tells me what I'm about to do.
That's a different thing though, Weezy.
Yeah,
what you're talking about is
for the access.
Correct. You're
Mm-hmm.
talking about an optionality portion. I'm talking about women that are dependent on that man's ability to curate a lifestyle they would never otherwise even have access to. And I think that those men that want that should be with those kind of women. Leah and I have actually been talking about this. She's gonna be mad, but Leah and I have been talking about this recently. Some of these men that we're being set up with through these, wealthy socialite friends of ours, we go out with these men, and these men are fucking confused about their market value. These are men that make a little bit of change. They might have a little house in Greenwich. They might drive a 4-door Audi, and they out here thinking they balling out of control. And they really think that women like us, who make our own significant means,
are gonna be
like,
oh my God,
let me suck your dick. I don't give a fuck. Like what? What?
Yeah.
Like no.
I love that part right there. I love that part right there. And what Sister Eboni and these other women on the sofa don't realize is even that dude with the house in Greenwich with the 4-door Audi, he's still a top 10 percenter. Still a top 10 percenter. The overwhelming majority of women in this dating marketplace want that guy. As corny as he is, he has options. More options than the boss babe. Did y'all peep that? Did y'all see that? Right? Eboni, again, she comes from a career that's logic based. Eboni knows what time it is. I don't know how things didn't work out with her last dude. I don't know what went wrong. But she knows what time it is. And a lot of these women are going to have to, as we used to say in the Army, shuffle down. You're going to have to shuffle down, leg, because the big dog is here. And if you want to be with the big dogs, then you on our program. Like she said, these guys expect you to come into their world. Yes. And you don't have to lift a finger. And then she went on to talk about women who could never get into that world. They could never get there. So they depended on that guy for that world because they like it. Yes. Most women are like that. Sister Eboni is probably a 2%er, if not 1%er of all Americans, not just black women, of all Americans. I haven't checked her net worth, but she's up there. She's up there. Right? Let's say she's a 5%er of all Americans. So you're like, oh, you want a black guy who's a 5%er or better? That number? So the black guy she wants is like a 2%er. And he has his choice of everything. So yeah, sis, that's how it works. You got to get in where you fit in. Yeah, you're going to have to get that dome. Yeah, you're going to have to give up that Foxy Brown when he snaps his finger. Yeah, you're going to have to do all that. He don't want to hear no ever. But like Sister Eboni stopped and corrected the lost The lost child, the one sitting in the middle, she lost. Had to correct her again. Nah, we ain't talking about us. We got money. I'm talking about them other women out there who don't have the option. They in it for the money. Ebony had to break it down for that. Little short in the middle don't seem to be too bright, y'all. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Brother Michael's in the house. What's good, fam? How you feeling, bro? Always a pleasure to see you. This Globe girl out there laughing, Brother Viking. My woman likes it because, in her words, you make me a better woman. Cool. And she should make you a better man, I hope, bro. I hope she has that value. You know what I mean? Miss Globe girl, houses cost a lot in Greenwich Village. Facts. And they say talking down. So that lets you know what level Sister Ebony is on. You feel me? Oh, you got a house in Greenwich Village? Bro, I got a summer house in the Hamptons. I'm right next to P. Diddy. You talking about your place in Greenwich? That's where she at. Like I said, it's a way to talk to women. She's beautiful. I was going through looking for pictures for the thumbnail, and I'm like, man, Sister Ebony fine as I don't know what. But it does not matter to the top tier dude. Like, he gonna want to play with you. Yeah, come on now. Come on over here. Let's get it. He gonna want to do that. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. But that's it. That's it. He can't wow you with his funds. Like you said, I got a house in Greenwich and I drive a 4-door Audi. She's like, cool, man. Cool. I'm driving my Lambo SUV right now. But I got a Rolls Royce parked at my my Hamptons house. The house in the Hamptons, I got a Rolls Royce parked there. I got a 911S GTE parked in my penthouse in Brickell. Like, you dealing with she on a whole nother spectrum, bro. You better come away from the money because you ain't gonna win her money longer than yours, bro. And that's what she's trying to say. But these guys, because they have so many options, they don't care. And that's the problem. That's what she's bringing up. It's crazy. Let's continue.
I agree.
From what life was like, maybe a certain, I really think it must be like, I don't know if I've seen this many women entrepreneurs 5-10 years ago.
No,
Yeah,
you haven't.
no.
I've also talked about the amount of money I make with some people, and they're like, no.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they won't believe it. Or I was on a date drink thing kind of with this guy who was saying something about me needing to have a partner, like, oh, when you guys get a summer home. I said, honey, I've been looking at property in Miami already.
Right.
Why would I not be able to have one alone?
That's my
You
point.
were talking about getting a crib in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't we be able to do
They're
these
very
things?
confused because there was a not too long ago, let's be clear, where women of all races, but particularly women of color, would never have had the financial access that we enjoy because we've worked for it, to be clear.
Right.
But they're not accustomed to it. So they really are out here. Most of them come out of a first or second marriage, and they're thinking that they got monopoly money to spend. And they think that they're supposed to get a baddie with a great job, and that we're supposed to be so excited about their mediocre ass life.
But that's the thing too. It's the idea of being excited about money, cars, homes that essentially I don't have access to. So you think that I'm supposed to fawn over you because these are the things you have, but they're not things that are mine that you're giving to me. And so the idea.
Sometimes I guess in some ways it's a
But
way.
that used to be the goal, though, man.
Yeah,
and,
I get that.
So, like, I'm listening to these women, and I mean, they're right. These dudes aren't aware, but these dudes don't care. They're not aware because they don't care. It doesn't factor into their formula. These women are competing for the same dudes that all the other women are trying to get. You got these women on here, especially the one in the middle. I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't feeling her. But her chicken head friends are trying to get on the same dude that she turned her nose up about them making $150,000 a year. Her chicken head friends are trying to get on. They're competing with them. And what I'm hearing is the frustration. They're frustrated. Why is it that I'm having so much trouble? I got all this money. I got all this clout. Like, yeah, I'm buying a place in Miami. I got a place in Atlanta. I got a place, like we just said. They money long. They got bread. All right, good for you. Good for you. Buy yourself a Doberman. Buy yourself a pet, a Rottweiler. Buy, you know what I mean? Because you're not going to be able to get the guy you want. And then the guys that you can get, you don't want them because they don't make enough. Because they can't support your lifestyle. They can't. You see what I'm saying? It's a catch-22 for them. Dr. B in the house, what's good, fam? Just stopping by. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for just stopping by. You know what I mean? Like Brother Mike was talking about the Greenwich Village and perfume. Like I ain't had that perfume, boy. Is that something that other women are wearing out there, bro? I don't even know. Let's see. Brother Viking DL, yes, she does make me a better man. Talking about his woman. Now that I can understand that she is what she is saying. Shout out to Rolo and the RP teaching me that skill. Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, bro. Tommy B's in the house. That's for you, brother. What's up with you, man? Convo and chill with Tommy B, man. He's out there, man. Probably out there getting it right now on the road, bro. On the road, man. I'm so glad you were able to stop by, man. I hope all is well with you, bro. Be careful out there on the West Coast. You know what I mean? You know, and Brother Mike, like Top Doc. Yes, right. Shout out to Dr. B. And Brother Michael, like, do your thing, big bro, man. I appreciate that, man. We're trying to make it happen. Miss Globe Girl, Ebony has come a long way and worked hard for what she has. She's very vocal about her humble beginnings and mistakes, to include bankruptcy. Sis deserves the best. I agree with you 100%. She deserves the absolute best. I'm gonna give you the Don DeMarco on that. Don DeMarco. But here's the thing. Deserves got nothing to do with it. Shout out to Clint Eastwood, Unforgiven. Is what you can secure. And she has not been able to secure the guy she wants, unfortunately. Remember that, love. Deserves got nothing to do with it. If she does not shift her objectives ASAP, she's going to wind up alone. She froze her eggs. She's going to have to buy some sperm and raise a child by herself, which is horrible. I don't wish that on nobody. And she just have to kind of give up. And that's terrible. But I'm with you, sis. And I'm with her 100%. And trust me, if I meet her, I'll tell her. I ain't tripping. Matter of fact, I'm going to send this video to my people. I'm sure they're going to forward it to her. But she absolutely does deserve the best. But deserves got nothing to do with it. You know what I mean, brother Tommy B? If you drop the link, I'll come up. Yeah, bro, I'm almost close to 2 hours. We'll see, because this is the last video too, so we'll see, bro. I'm gonna see if I can drop that. Wonderful 34, what up, Mike? Yeah, Wonderful 34. He's showing love in the chat. Miss Globe Girl, she talked about that too. If it happens, it happens. She's good. She says that. I think she's putting on a brave face, but I believe she really wants that significant other. Who doesn't? I know I do. Who doesn't? Who doesn't want that person that's going to help you grow? That person is going to be a part of your life. Who doesn't want that? Right? Who does not want that? She can't have that. But the cutoff is so high. It's just so difficult to find a guy with that kind of bread that's going to let you stay home and not work. And just, I mean, if she were 22, yeah, she'll have a better chance of getting that. But at 40, it's going to be real difficult. I ain't going to lie to you. I feel bad for her. I think she's putting on her brave face. Miss Globe Girl, remember, I told you things have changed, DL. Cats are not so bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. I haven't met you in real life, Miss Globe Girl. I know I see the picture, your thumbnail, your picture right there. And that picture, very, very attractive, very beautiful woman. I know you work out and stuff like that. I know you're in the military. I know, you know what I mean? So it's a lot in common. You know male nature probably better than the average woman because you were in the military. All I say to those sisters out there who's like, oh, cats and dogs are not bad. I could do bad all by myself or whatever the terms are. That just hurts my heart to hear. It just hurts my heart. Women, there are plenty of men out there. There are plenty of good men out there. You just have to adjust your objectives. That's it. Shift your objectives. And most of it is about the money. There's some good dudes out here. I'm in the manosphere. I meet up with good dudes and I talk to good dudes all the time. There are real good dudes out here. Unfortunately, they're not in the top 20% of earners. They're not in the top 5%, the top 3% of earners. And they never will be. But they're good men. They'll love you. They'll protect you. They'll die for you. They'll die trying to keep you happy. They won't even cheat on you. But unfortunately, so many women are going after these top tier guys. You're going after all the men with the options. They're going to do what they do. And when I hear women say, well, if I can't get one of those guys, I'll just get dogs and live and die alone. That just hurts my heart. I ain't going to lie to you. That just hurts my heart. I mean, it just hurts my heart. Brother Don's 007. I don't know, bro. Sounds to me like she trying to outman a man. I never like competing with my lady. I said that at the top of the show. Yes. Yes, she's very alpha. She had to be. She's very alpha. She's very alpha. And a lot of women say, I could turn it off. I'll turn it off for the right man. You cannot turn it off. I can't stop being alpha. Most men can't. Most real men can't stop being real men. You ain't going to get Brother Tommy B to stop being a real dude. You ain't going to get Dr. B to stop being a real dude, Brother Michael, and it goes on and on and on. You're not going to, no. You can't stop me from being a man. I can't stop it. So once you turn on your masculinity, ladies, when you turn on that alpha, you can't turn it off like a switch. You just can't hit a button to turn it off. You can't. It took you time to get there. It's going to take you time to get back. So embrace your femininity and just, reassess your objectives. I'm just saying that, Brother Michael. Effing facts. Thanks, bro. You know what I mean? Brother Michael, plenty of high quality men, very few high valuable men. Yeah, high value men. Absolutely. Like I said, top 20, bottom 80. And then when you adjust that for just financial, yeah, it's now you're talking top 5, bottom 95. That's how rare it is. I'm telling you. Top 5% of men are out here wrecking shop, and that's who these women are talking about. Oh, you want to go after these top 5% guys, and you think they corny and this and that, but guess what? They running through you anyway. Yeah, you got more money than him, but he doesn't care. Oh, I ghosted him. He didn't even realize you ghosted him. He wasn't even thinking about you. He too busy smashing your nail girl or your hair girl or whoever. He out there smashing the bottle girl. He didn't even realize. He out here with these 20-somethings. That's all I'm saying. Miss Globe Girl, I don't own a cat or any pets, just saying it's okay and women have come to that conclusion. I hear you, love, and I'm just saying it's sad. It's sad, right? I'm a dad. I'm a single dad. My focus is my daughter. When my daughter's legally grown, I'm gone. And guess what? I'm not going to be alone. I'm not alone now. I'm a dad. My focus is my child. As soon as I'm done with this mission, as soon as we mission index, right, we wrap this up, I'm gone. And I'm back out there doing my thing as a 50-something-year-old man, getting it in. I'm not going to be alone. There's plenty. I mean, I've had young girls come up to me. I was in my 40s. Young girls coming up to me trying to get on. Like, nah, baby, you too young. 23 years old. Nah, no, sorry, love. You're too young for me. But I'm an outlier. Most guys, man, they'll snatch that up. She's young. She's beautiful. She's fertile. Bam. Stay at home. Raise the kids. You good. You know what I mean? We're going to do some at-home business and stuff like that. And that's another thing, too. A lot of these women who are well-to-do, they think guys they just want women who ain't hardworking. They just want women going to sit around and do. No, that's not the case. That's not the case. I have gotten rid of women who just refuse to work. And it's not because of the work. It's like, I'm not going to take care of you. You grown. No. You got to put forth the effort. It's part of the vetting process. Show me you're willing to be on this team. Show me. Once you convince me that you are down with Team Lewis, you are down with Team Saint. Once you show me that you are down, then it's on. I'll give you anything and everything. Once I know that you are on this team, you are there to support us. Everything we do, you understand that benefits us. If I go out here and make $100 million, we made $100 million. That's what guys are looking for. They don't want the Brittany Renners who are just sitting around like, well, I got the money from the court system. Now I'm ready to find somebody who's gonna love me for me. No, ain't nobody loving you, shorty. We see your game. Now bend over. So when I see that, Ms. Glow Girl, all I'm saying is this: women can get men. These men out here, they don't want to be players. They don't want to run rotations. They don't want to spit game and go out here with the pickup artistry. They don't want to do that. They do it because it's the only way to be seen. They do it because it's a novelty. I give it a shot, see how it goes. But they don't want to do that. That's not the life they want to live. They want one woman that loves, honors, and respects them, and they want to work hard for that woman. They want to know that she loves him, and he'll go out and do whatever he got to do to be with that woman to make her happy. That's what they want. But they can't. They want to be good guys, right? Let's keep it 100. They want to be good guys, but they can't be good guys because good guys get wrecked. Good guys finish last. I ain't make that up. Everybody out here know that. Everybody, I could go to China and say, start that. Good guys finish, and all the Chinese people jump up. Lester. Same thing in Korea. Everybody know that saying. Good guys finish last. But women don't have to finish last. Women don't have to be alone. There's so many dudes out there. I see it every single day. There's so many dudes. Miss Glover, I'm just saying, love. There's so many good men out there. I'm just saying. Look at the situation. Readjust your objectives. Open your eyes and see some of these dudes who are invisible. It might be something there you like. It may be. In the meantime, I tell these dudes to work on themselves, to be the best versions of themselves, to get their social game up, to get their money up, get their style on point. Y'all need to do that so Miss Globe Girl can see y'all. Because right now, most of you dudes need to be invisible. Fat, out of shape, no style, you stink, ain't took a bath in forever, you ain't got no drive. Change all that. Become the best version of yourself. Get those traits that women find attractive. You get those traits, maybe Miss Globe Girl will see you. And she got bread, y'all. She got paper. Maybe she'll take you out for ice cream, player. That's all I'm saying. Dr. B, she is very attractive, but has a lot of masculine tendencies. Her career success is cool and all that. But as we always say, it won't increase her sexual market value like it can for a man. Facts. No lies told there, Dr. B. Facts, bro. Wonderful 34. What full-grown man would stay home and his woman go to work on purpose? Hey, again, we living in a times where the social norms have changed. We're living in that time, bro. Everybody gets a trophy. These dudes don't want to go out here and work. They cool being kept by their woman. I mean, bro, go out there and work. You ain't got to make as much as she making, but go out there and work. You know what I mean? Oh, we saying go out there and work, Miss Globe Girl. But how can what women choose to do hurt your heart? Women are unbothered, especially if they have means and a plan. Maybe some women are unbothered, but a lot of women that I come across are bothered. I had these conversations with women when I'm out in the real world, right? When I'm in no man's land, real conversations, like no BS, no cameras, no nothing. And a lot of women are out here. They're like, man, I just can't find this dude. And they're asking, they're like, why? Why can't I find this dude? What's going on? Why do you think they flocked to Kevin Samuels? Why do you think they did that? They really want to know, but they can't fathom the financial part of it. Because in their mind, they're like, but I make all this money. Doesn't that give me a leg up over all these other women? Like, no, not for the guys you're chasing. It does not. It does not. Sorry to tell you that, shorty. They get to choose. You got to, if you want that guy, then you have to figure out what it is that he wants and offer that. That's what they talk about on Fresh and Fit all the time. You get those girls, all those young women on there. Some of them are older, but most of them are, average age, probably 23 on Fresh and Fit. They have no idea what men want. None. And they don't care. You know what I mean? What do men want? Oh, they want sex. Beyond that, they don't know. How do you get them? They don't know. That's what it is. So I'm with you, sis. I mean, for those women who really don't care, that's cool. Like I said, that's That's when they come. That's when they bump into old Uncle Saint. And it's all great. We're gonna have a good time. You know what I mean? We're gonna be smashing out by the pool, sitting in the hot tub, doing our thing. You know what I mean? Smashing at the W with the what I love about the W in Brickell, they got what they call a cool corner. And two of the walls are just wall. So you got the wall is, I'm sorry. Y'all see I'm old. Two of the walls are wall. Two of the walls are glass. Y'all go ahead and roast me, y'all. Y'all know I'm old. I won't remember y'all roasting me. Two of the four walls in the room are glass from the ceiling to the floor. So it's just like you're looking out this glass onto the city. I'm always up, up pretty high. So yeah, man, when we up there doing grown-up stuff, bro, we just looking at the city move. It's cool. I don't know what, man. Sitting there watching the drawbridge go up and down, or I got the city view, whatever, just tearing it up. And when I come across those women who ain't looking for long-term relationships, shit, that's what they looking for. All right, this is cool. They can get some champagne. We get strawberries, and we know chocolate and strawberry glaze and all kind of other stuff that we get. We ain't gonna get into all the good stuff. That's another show. But trust me, we have a good time looking out at the view and just doing our thing. I'm pretty sure some of those weirdos in the buildings across the hall, across the street, be kind of looking at. I don't care though. We in there doing it, getting it in. And for those women who don't want relationships, that's what they're looking for. They just want those experiences. They hollering at older guys to get it. You know what I mean? Sister Rosa, she's like, yep, true. It's what it is. Brother Viking, yep, I tried to turn off the alpha in me for 10 years because I was told it was the right thing to do, but can now confirm it doesn't work. Facts. Last good man in Jersey, what's good, fam? How you feeling? Good to see you. You always do what the last good man in Jersey does and just go to the Philippines. Hey, bro, and I am not mad at him. Well, it's nice over there. Sister Rosa, a lot of good men trophy. And you got the you probably got the emoji up there. Yeah, I see it. The trophy emoji. Last good man in Jersey. Dudes don't upgrade their games. They should just use the cheat code Southwest Asia. There are no real cheat codes, gentlemen. There are no real cheat codes. You can go out there, but eventually, especially the bottom 80 guys, you can still get finessed in the Philippines. You can get finessed in Thailand. Lucky for you, though, the women out there just looking, are happy to have a good man. An average dude is a great man to them. But if you're unlucky enough to come across the wrong woman, you can get finessed. You always need game. There are no cheat codes. You know what I mean? Sorry to push back on your last good man in Jersey, but there are no cheat codes. If you're just trying to go out there and smash, go ahead and smash. You know what I mean? But when the emotions come out, and most of the guys in the bottom 80, when they start taking the passport bro route, and passport bros and guys who are well-traveled are two different things. These passport bros go out here and they get overwhelmed and their emotions come out and they do stupid stuff. And they get ran through, they get their pockets turned inside out, or some of them even get deleted because they're not aware. You need game. You must have game. Miss Glow Girl, you're hilarious. Real women are unbothered by the fear-mongering narratives. And I'm not trying to be a fear-monger. I'm cool with that. I love that. I love the women who just want to smash. It's great. It's great. Not the young girls. I don't mess with the young girls. They're too volatile. I like the older women. I like women in their 30s, into their 40s, when they know what time it is. It's like a game to them. Come over here, beat this up, high five. They smack you on your butt on your way out. Pop, good game. See you next time. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm rocking with. And I am not mad at them at all. I even take trips. Come on, girl. I'm going to London. You should come with me. You know what I mean? Going to Tokyo, you should come with me. Going to New York, you should come with me. It's cool. And guess what? I ain't even got to pay for her trip if I don't want to. She'll be like, all right, I might meet you there. She'll just show up. I'm here. Those are the best, bro. And of course, she gets there. She got a hotel room or whatever. I'm like, look, but I tell her, like, if you come, don't get a hotel room. You can stay with me. If you come, you're going to have somebody else there. Nope. I'm leaving the slot open for you because that was a good game in Miami. I want a rematch. I'm leaving the slot open for you. And boom, they'll fly themselves in there. Boom, come to the hotel is on. And yeah, I'm a gentleman. When we go out, I'm gonna pay for dinner. I'm gonna pay for drinks or whatever. We're gonna do our thing. It is what it is. But it's still round two. You know what I mean? It's like game 2 or 7. Like, all right, I gotta win. I gotta get back. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's just the sex just be amazing. So I'm not trying to be a fearmonger, my love. I'm not. I'm really not. Brother Tommy B. So both of the walls are walls. Yeah, man, my bad, bro. Like I said, I know I'm gonna get roasted. I know I'm gonna get roasted. That's what happens when you get old, y'all. It's like, I don't know, I need some ginkgo biloba or something. Miss Globe Girl, a few women who solicited advice from Kevin Samuels is not representative of women on the planet, nor are fresh and fit females. True, but there are more and more women showing up on social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, more and more, more and more. And I mean, I don't know what the official numbers are, but I'm here to tell you that it's enough women that we can start the conversation. And I'm with you. There are a lot of women who are just cool. They know what they're doing. That's what's up. But there are a whole lot of women out there that really want a guy and they can't figure out why. A lot of those women do OnlyFans. How come I can't get a guy to take me serious? You're doing OnlyFans, my dear. How come I can't get a guy to wife me? You're a porn star, my dear. They don't understand that. It's the funniest thing to me. You know what I mean, Brother Michael? Please hit the like button. Yeah, please hit the damn like button. Last good man, Jersey. We'll have to argue. We'll just have to agree to disagree on that. Bottom 80 guys here are overlooked. Bottom 80 guys in the Philippines are probably prizes as long as they're not just trying to smash. Yep. Yes, we can do. We can actually have that conversation, man. If you want to jump on the stream, we can set something up. We can actually have that conversation. I hear where you're coming from, but there is no substitute for game. You must have game, my friend. Lack of game is going to get you wrecked here in America, in the Philippines, in Thailand, in Japan, in Brazil, in Colombia, in France. You know what I mean? It does not matter. Lack of game could get you crushed. You know what I mean? Lack of game could get you. So I'm going to catch up with the chat, and then we're going to finish out the video, and we're going to wrap this up. Brother Tommy B, I'm probably not going to drop the link, man. I gotta make food. My daughter wants turkey burgers and salad tonight. She says she loves the turkey burgers. She's like, they're so good. That's right. I could cook too. I'm looking all scraggly. I'm scraggly right now and still can pull. I can still pull because I got game. Got to have game. I'm just, I'm playing y'all. I'm not playing about the cooking part. I am a good cook. Brother Viking. The West way, I guess the worst way of thinking. Oh, the West way of thinking is anywhere there is cell phones and or internet. That's why dudes still getting played by women from the third world. Right. There are no hashtags, no cheat codes. There are no cheat codes. You know what I mean? DL, you got to let me get up there, big dog, LOL. All right, well, hold on. Let me finish it. All right, bro, let me finish this out. Don't go anywhere. Let me finish this out, and I'll let you come up and get your piece in here, man. I will. Let me finish out the chat. I'm going to finish out the video. I'm going to bring you up. Yes, they are showing up. And are you hearing what they are saying? I'm hearing what a lot of them are saying. I ain't gonna lie to you, Miss Globe Girl. Your narrative, I understand, but I'm not gonna say it's common. Honestly, I'm not gonna say it's common. I know that this is 100% how you get down, and that's a good thing. Like you know yourself. But a lot of these women, if you were sitting there, they would agree with you, but let you leave the room, and they'll change their narrative quickly. A lot of these women, they are like trying to figure out what's going on. They're trying to figure out why they can't have a good show and stuff like that. And Brother Tommy B is like, all right, I got you, bro. I ain't lying. I got you. Let me finish these up. Last good man in Jersey. Got my kids with me, so I can't jump on tonight, but we can chop this up another night. Yeah, let's pick a night, bro. Let's do a proper show, bro. Last good man in Jersey. Let's do a proper collab, man. Let's get you up here. And I want to hear your experiences with the Philippines. Let's definitely, like I said, I've never been to the Philippines. I haven't been to Thailand. I've been through South and Central America. I've been through Asia, Europe, but I haven't been there. So I really want to hear it. And then, we can have that discussion. Brother Viking, I'm good friends with Big Mo from Fresh and Fit. And he is one of many passport bros I know. They all tell me the same thing. You still need game. Yeah, you must have game. If you don't have game, you're going to get wrecked. So let's finish up this video. We're going to finish up this video, and then I'm going to bring up Brother Tommy B. So here we go. Oh, my bad, y'all. See, that's why I need a producer. I hit the wrong button. Here we go.
And again, see, everything's different now. A generation ago, that would be yours. That's what women were marrying for. They were marrying to say, I can't afford a summer home by myself ever, but if I marry this man,
I'm gonna have it.
I'll be on the
But then you
beach.
can't even let's build on the control part for a moment.
Yeah.
You have an Essence article that came out that someone say could make you look controlling.
Oh yes, people are saying
And-
this.
So, well, let me read the headline because
wanna
we've had this
hear about that.
conversation.
And selfish. Don't forget
Yeah.
selfish.
So guys, there has been for those of you who are not hip on what's happening with Real Housewives of New York, though Ebony is on there, she did call off her engagement, so she is not currently tied to anyone, which is why she said she's being set up. But Essence wrote an article and says that the Real Housewives of New York newbie understands that kids come first. However, she says that she needed to be first. So the article pretty much paints the picture that you called off your engagement because this man chose his kids over you.
Yes.
Now, there is a lot of dialogue with that, especially when you're dating older men. Yes, you're coming into oftentimes them having a previous family.
Yes.
You possibly having to address the ex-wife or ex-baby mom or, you know, the baby
Whatever.
mother, period.
Yeah.
Can you go into that a little bit? Because
And I'm gonna freeze it right there. I was looking at the live feed. Did it freeze up? Looks like we froze up. Can y'all see me now? Can you? Because right now I'm just talking. I stopped the video. So one's in the chats if you guys can hear me. Uh-oh. Oh, the feed's good? Okay. Just checking. Because on my end, it stopped. It stopped. So I'll let it go just a little bit longer on what she's talking about with the controlling part. And this is very important when they're talking about she lost an engagement because the man chose his grown children over her. So here we go.
that is a little problematic. Just a little bit.
I totally respect it. I respect everybody's opinion that the kids should come first and da da da. I actually divinely disagree with that. And I know that I have an unpopular minority
Share it,
opinion.
bitch.
Yes. I believe in the divine order. I believe it's God, spouse, kids. I don't give a fuck whose kids they are. I don't care if they're our kids we brought into the world together. I don't care if they're the kids you had with your ex-wife, your baby mama, or 3 mamas ago. I truly believe that is a fundamental problem in American society today. I think all these I feel like fuck these kids. I feel like all these kids are out here being treated, many of them, as if they are the center of the universe, as if their desires and their expectations of life and family are the primary priority. And I think it's really fucking these kids up. I think there's a place for children in society, and I think it is really to be at the guidance and foundational subordination of the adults in the family.
Okay. So we're gonna leave it there. With that out there in the internets, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. She has less than a 1% chance of being successful at getting the kind of guy she wants. That's hardcore. Most of the dudes out there that she's hunting for have kids. They have kids. And they're not gonna put their new girlfriend or whatever ahead of those kids. Brother Tommy B is in the house. What's good, fam? How you feeling? How you feeling, man?
What's up, big dog?
Oh, bro,
Look,
did you hear that?
man, so it's a couple of issues that I have with this. Part of it is the same thing that I say with the manosphere. Let's get one thing understood. Her situation is highly unlikely, period. They're talking about summer homes. Most Americans barely get an A home. They're talking about summer homes, bro. So first of all, regular people are having conversations that don't even apply to them. What do I always say to these cats in the ministry? Why are y'all having conversations about paying all the bills when statistically most of y'all can't? Most of y'all are gonna need the help of your spouse. So why are we having 5-hour conversations about you paying all the bills when you can't? And the same thing with her. Okay, forget just women. Most businesses in general fail. So just really think about how much you're limiting your options when he has to be a business, and we're going to assume have to be a successful business owner. Now, mind you, I don't knock her preference. Her preference is her preference. But as men, we look at the reality. So let's look at what a regular woman has to dig through if she's looking for a regular guy. He has to not be a bum that's sitting on the couch, have a decent job. Hopefully he ain't gay. Hopefully he ain't a cheater. Hopefully he fits her preferences of height, weight, yada, yada, yada. She has to dig through all of that. Now, after that, you come along with your preferences. Again, I'm not knocking it. But now let's see how much more you're knocking it down. Now he has to be a successful business owner, which literally percentage-wise, amongst everybody, forget just men, amongst everybody, is exceptionally low. But we're having this conversation as if every last one of our neighbors are successful business owners. And it just ain't true. And so my biggest problem with this situation is, why are regular women having this conversation? This ain't got nothing to do with you. Them women on there talking about summer homes and you're in an apartment. This ain't your conversation, boo.
Facts. You in an apartment getting government subsidized help.
No, because I'm not going to go there, DL, because she could be doing good. But you're in an apartment. This woman is talking about a summer home. Not just a main home, a summer home. Most Americans, men, women, black, white, it don't matter, ain't looking for a summer home, bro. Period. Most white men who we acknowledge are the most privileged in America ain't got a summer home. And they're on this podcast talking as if that's just a normal, oh yeah, he's talking about he has a summer home. Bitch, who? What are you talking about? That's not normal people. And the problem is when these conversations come up, normal people have them as if it applies to them. It don't. Number two, women, you are liars. You say when you're big as a whale, I'm happy, accept me, yada, yada, yada. Monique was the most confident big woman in the world until she lost weight. And then she fucking stepped. If you were so confident as being big, why we got a million selfies of you as soon as you got small? You wasn't moving like that when you was big. They're liars. Now, if you are a woman that is comfortable being alone, don't need a man, congratulations to you. You are in the minority. Most women want a dude to wake up to. That's just a fact. So even you walk around talking about, oh, but no, dude, sorry. Most women want a dude to wake up to. It just is what it is. It's kind of called nature.
Yep, got something for you, bro. That's the rant right there, bro. Don DeMarco. And then I have Miss Globe Girl has something in here that I definitely wanted to put up here.
She mentioned my fogged up windows and my bug. I'm currently at work where I make more than I'm in the 10th percentile at this job with my fogged up windows and my black gloves and my pen in hand.
Yeah, you making money.
But it just started raining. And I just got in here and I ain't turned the AC on. That's why the windows fogged up.
Nah, that's money. I ain't mad at you.
Ain't no funny business.
You stay on the road, right? But Miss Globe Girl is saying summer homes are not that unusual, my guy. They are, my dear.
Yes, they are. What are we talking about?
They are, my dear. Now we know where percentile Miss Globe Girl's in. So we get bits and pieces. We get bits and pieces here.
What are you talking about? That's craziness to me, dog. Like, you do realize most people struggling to afford a mortgage. Hold on. You say not that usual. The average, which means most people in this country, make $45,000 a year. I live in California where people make a hell of a lot more money than other places. Most people ain't got summer homes, sweetheart. They don't.
Right.
You might be in a circle where that's normal, but most normal people ain't got a summer home.
When you look at the numbers, like when you look at median household income, this is 2021, right? And if you do it by state, you look at Kentucky, that median household income, that's more than one, that's more than one earner, generally speaking. Kentucky, 55,629. Alabama, 56,929. Florida, 59,734. Right. So they break it down by state. So I was hoping to find California. $81,575,000 a year is the average median household income. So there's no one buying multiple homes in California making 81.5.
And then, DL, from what I understand, statistically, most people in America can't afford a $500 emergency.
They
So where are
cannot.
these summer, like, what are we, like, listen, I think, and I'm not knocking you, Miss Global. You might be surrounded in a world where people are affluent, and I'm not knocking that. But out here in the normal world, where us normal people is blue collar, and you feel me, some of these people check to check, ain't no summer home. They struggling to make the regular mortgage, let alone the summer home.
Well, look, you and Miss Glow Girl got something in common. Y'all both Navy. So maybe
Oh,
that's
shout
what
out
it
to her though. Shout out to her. You feel me?
Look at that smile. See how
Shout
Navy
out to
people treat
her.
each other? Look at that smile.
Shout out to no, it's just a discussion. Ain't no phone. You feel me?
Man, whatever. I ain't got time for that. But can y'all tell me why y'all have y'all names on y'all butt? Y'all know y'all always say that when I talk about Navy.
No, you want to know what's hilarious? I had a homeboy named Smack, and we was at I forgot where we was at. We was at some event, and he was standing next to somebody whose last name was Butt. And so if you
Smack
looked at
butt.
them,
Oh.
right next to each other, bro. Like you can't make that up.
Falling in every day. Like make sure you fall in next to him. You got Smack butt. Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
Miss Glow Girl was not even okay. Okay. Listen, most people are struggling to pay for a $250,000 home. That's just facts. Like that's just facts. Again, you might be in a situation where you're surrounded by. I'll give you a perfect example. I had a conversation with a young lady one time, and in the world that she lives in, most of the men were deadbeat dads. I told her that doesn't exist in my circle because that's not who I surround myself in. So what I'm saying to Miss Glow Girl is maybe you surround yourself around people who summer homes aren't
They got it like
that big of a deal.
They got
But
it
I'm
like that.
telling you, for the majority of us, because I put myself, even though technically my income is top 10%, I put myself with the regular folks. We ain't searching for summer homes. We trying to find a home.
Right. And hold on to it. Y'all look at what's going on now. Who do you think is going to get hurt behind all these regional banks collapsing right now? There are two more regional banks they're looking at right now. Westpac and was it
Yeah, I heard Westpac.
Westpac and it's another one, Western Alliance or something like that. These two banks are not expected to make it to the end of the week. The week ends tomorrow, y'all. These two banks ain't supposed to make it to the end of this week. Regional banks are collapsing. Who you think is going to be left holding back? Who's going to get hurt in this? It's going to be those people who are struggling to make it, the people at the bottom.
Well, not even at the bottom. It's the middle class. We always like because the people at the bottom are the ones that get help. The people at the top don't need help. It's us in the middle. They got to hold our nuts, and we the ones that always get screwed.
Get crushed. But you're right, brother Tommy, man. You really nailed it on this one. So what would you say to the women who are the top earners, who are out there trying to get these guys who make as much as them or more? Would you just say, hey, that's you, good luck, baby, and don't worry about it? Or would you say, hey, maybe you want to go ahead and readjust your objectives and your goals?
One thing I always tell people, I'm never gonna knock somebody for their preference, and I'm never gonna down somebody for their preference. If that's your preference, that's your preference. My thing is just be realistic about your results. And realistically, like if you saw me and I said, I want a job, what job do you want? I want to go to the NBA. Naturally, you're going to tell me the percentages is going to be for me to make the NBA. And that'll be natural because it's very hard to do so. And my only thing would be to just recognize how difficult it is to find what you're looking for if you're looking for that type of person. It just is what it is. Like, and I was going to tell you, DL, I even dealt with a woman that was she probably around like 300,000 a year, something like that. I ain't that high, you know what I'm saying? I make good money, but I ain't up to like 300. But part of the reason why me and her didn't work out, you know, she had this idea in her head with the, you know, the whole partnership thing, and you know, and yada yada yada. And again, I didn't knock her preference. I said, hey, good luck finding that. You know what I'm saying? But my thing with her was, you know, she's this Christian and she's on to the Bible, and I showed her to the Bible where it says, you know, the man leads yada yada yada. And she had a comeback for it. And one thing I explained to her was, if you're gonna argue with God, who am I?
Yeah, you through. This isn't going anywhere.
You know
especially if you're supposed to be religious.
Exactly. And I'm talking every Sunday, the Lord this, the Lord that. If you're gonna argue with that, how do I stand a chance?
You
You know
don't.
what I'm saying? And one thing I try to explain to a lot of women, because I think our value is devalued a lot as men, is I'm expected to lay my life on the line for you if any danger occurs. The ultimate sacrifice, period, point blank. Because if we want to make this a partnership, then hey, player, when that door get kicked open, it's your turn this time. But we don't want to do that. So
Right.
if I'm willing to lay my life down on the line, I'm gonna need you to fall back. Because when it
That's
all
how it
goes
works.
down, I'm the one expected to be in the box, not you.
Right. That's how it goes. That's leadership. And hey, the whole modern woman thing is cool. Like Miss Globe Girl says, a lot of women out there who are not looking for that. They're cool. They don't mind not having someone. Great. I've been running into them more and more now. Again, as an older man, and I'm having fun. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, I'm not getting cats and dogs. I'm not gonna lay down by myself. At the end of the day, it's gonna be easier, I think, for me to find someone because I don't have these restrictions on what I'm looking for. Brother Paul, welcome to the podcast, Brother Paul Bennett. Good to see you out there, brother. And I was talking about what's going on with the regional banks. He says facts, not to mention all of those Fed rate hikes. Yes, the Fed rate hikes were no secret. Jerome Powell told everybody he was going to do it. He did it. And then these banks, these regional banks, made these plays that were kind of dumb because they didn't think that he was going to raise the rates the way he did. He did exactly what he said he was going to do, and now they're all in trouble. All of them. I'm telling y'all, the next 3 weeks are going to be crazy. Don't know how it's going to affect America, but it is what it is. Like Brother Tommy said, the people at the bottom, the people at the very top, it's not going to affect them at all. The people in the middle are going to get wrecked. That's just how it works. Brother Tommy, I'll give you the last word. Pull up the banner. Let me do it properly. Let me pull up your final thoughts. Yeah, you know what I mean? So what are your final thoughts on all this, brother?
Yeah, no, and listen, I keep the same energy with the dudes, so I don't want this to be looked at as like it's with the women. Like I said, when they had these conversations on these panels with these guys, and they're talking about, oh, if I pay all the bills, and statistically most of y'all can't. My thing is, a lot of these conversations don't really even need to be had by most people. A lot of these are elitist conversations, and regular people are having them, and that's why that's why there's such a huge disconnect in the mix up here. This ain't a regular people conversation. This is an elitist conversation. Ebony K. Wills worked her way up to where she's an elite person. She's an elitist. So if you're working at Walmart, this ain't your conversation, pimp. It just is what it is. I'm a truck driver. This ain't my conversation, and that's why I haven't even jumped into it. I'm never gonna knock her for her preferences, but my only thing is just realize how rare the type of person that you're looking for, and because it's that rare, it's gonna be that hard. And it is what it is. Like I said, it's not knocking you. It's just being realistic on what it is. And if that's what you're willing to, to stand on, then stand on business. I had no problem with that. Like I said, I'm not never going to knock her for having her preference. I'm not going to scream, yell, you a bad person, none of that. If that's your preference, that's your preference. You feel me? But just understand that what you looking for ain't walking around every day out here. It just ain't.
Boy, spoken like a true G. I got to give you one more down to Marco, bro. I can't wait till you get back online, man. I can't wait. Brother Tommy has a good YouTube channel. He's been doing this thing. He's off and on. Looks like he's off right now getting the bread, man. But let us know when you're gonna get that back on there, bro, because I want to definitely come over there and support. Anything else you want to say before you get up out of here?
No, that's it, man. It was a good show. Like I said, like I heard it, and this is actually something that I've been trying to chop it up on a couple of shows, because I'm just like, I think we kind of missing the ball here, that this ain't the conversation most of us be having. It's just realistically, it just ain't. Like, so that's all. And I think the unfortunate part about a lot of this is, and this is why I kind of hate these discussions, is that normal women, the same way, because I want to be fair, the same way normal men hear the conversation about paying all the bills, normal women hear this conversation about wanting the guy that, own this, and this. And it's like, baby girl, you don't even have the qualifications to even snatch that type of guy. She does. That's why her expectations is there. And the problem is, when somebody like her makes that kind of conversation, normal women will try to relate to it and then apply it the same way that we see a lot of normal men trying to apply, I pay all the bills, when statistically, nah, you don't, player. So
Yeah,
that's my only thing, is just, normal women, stop trying to apply this goofy stuff, because this is elitist talk. This ain't normal people talk.
Hey, brother Tommy, when you're ready, man, let me know. We could do a whole show on that because that's
Most definitely.
Yeah, because that is you hit it. You hit the nail on the head. That's spot on. This isn't for you show. Like, yo, hey, regular America, this isn't for you. That's an excellent point.
Absolutely. Yeah, I get with you on the back chats, but I'm Friday, Saturdays I'm off, so I'm pretty much good on them days.
Man, we do a Friday, Saturday. I'll do a special show on Saturday for this one, man. That'd be cool, man. You know what I mean? So just let me know when you're free. Yeah. We both on we're on Instagram on Backlash.
Yeah, on IG. Yep.
So let's make that happen, bro. You tell me when, because I'm wide open.
Okay.
That smack butt thing is hilarious, bro. That's a true story, man. Gotta love the Navy. Gotta love the Navy. Thank you for your service, brother. I appreciate you, man. Be safe out there.
Bro. All right, Doc.
Peace. Yo, let's give a hand to brother Tommy B. Y'all gonna see him on here more often. Like I said, and you know what? His point is well taken, and he's absolutely right. This conversation isn't for everyone, y'all. This conversation is not for just the regular Joe and the regular Jane out there. This conversation is for the Cardi B's, the Ebony K. Williams, the you know what I mean, the Beyoncé's. It's for the elitists, just like the brother Tommy said. We're gonna do a show on that. Because no one's really tackled that angle. We're gonna do a show on that. Last good man in Jersey. I'm going to share this over the weekend. There's a published study showing that only 2% of women who don't have kids never wanted them. The rest didn't find the situation they wanted. I'm definitely going to check out your show when you do that, bro. Citation otherwise needing restraining studies mean nothing. Yeah. I mean, I feel you, Ms. Globe. And Ms. Globe Girl, too. Over here, I'm not trying to shame or, scare or whatever anybody. I'm just, we're just having a conversation. Like it is what it is. And we're just trying to do what we can to maybe help someone think a different way. And last good man in Jersey, Ms. Glover is like, oh, I agree. I'm going to post a study and the results, but I'm not making a video about it. I'll likely post it Saturday. All right, I'm gonna check it out when you post it, bro. And Ms. Globe Girl, I see his point. Young fellas, smart or whatever. Y'all just that's that Navy love out there, y'all. That y'all Navy folks stick together. Y'all stick together. So listen, that's the show, guys. I'm glad y'all rocked out with me, man. For real. I hope you enjoyed it. There was one I wanted to highlight. Brother Dinosaur. The 4-year ex was a CFO of private equity firm. Yes. So the ex that the Sister Eboni is talking about is a guy who was the CFO, chief financial officer of a private equity firm, a 1%er. A 1%er. You're absolutely right, bro. A 1%er. So, yeah, there's that. You know what I mean? There's that. So, thanks for rocking out with us. This was a good show, if I do say so myself. This is a good show. Miss Globe Girl, thank you so much for keeping the chat lively. Girl, I'm gonna keep trying to get you up here. One of these days, you're gonna have to click that link. Click that link so we can hear you. And hey, when you have some at the summer home this year, please send me an invitation. I'd love to come by the summer home, be it the Hamptons or perhaps Atlanta, maybe DC. I'd love to come by, girl. I'll bring the potato salad because I see how you rolling. She got big money out there, y'all. Miss Globe Girl got big money. So yeah, so that's it, yo. Thanks for rocking out with me. I gotta go make my daughter a hamburger, a turkey burger. I gotta make my daughter a turkey burger. She's sitting over here looking at me funny. She mad. So let me go ahead and feed my child. Thanks for rocking out with me. Bottom line is Ebony K. Williams, Esquire. I'll rock with you, sis. You real. I ain't mad at you at all. I just worry you might not be able to find that guy you're looking for. I hope you do. To everyone else, thank you for rocking out with me. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not sure what we're going to be talking about. We'll probably be talking about the two banks that are about to close. That's what we'll probably be talking about tomorrow. So have a good night, guys. I love each and every one of you. I can't wait to see you. Be safe out there. Keep your eyes open, man. Keep your head on the swivel. I'm DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
Darn, that's the end.